How you doing, man? I was um I was late because of work. I see you're eating. You're on mute anyway. We're live anyway. We're live. We're live. Sorry guys. I had to stop work and there was a lot of traffic. But I'm here with Hamza. Big up to you, Hamza, man. How you feeling?
I'm good, bro. Let me tweet it. Where is it?
No, no, no.
Hmm?
I have it right here. Give me a minute. I have it right here. Um, I will just tag you. Okay. Give me a minute.
Hmm.
Yeah. And I am not happy, man. I can't be watching Arsenal beating Bayern like that. You know what I mean? I can't be
Oh,
watching Arsenal doing things that we're supposed to be doing. Why we?
yep.
I don't know, man. That Newcastle defeat, man. We lose to Newcastle and then Newcastle get beaten by Marseille. You know what I mean?
I didn't even watch anything after that. Hmm?
No, I mean like
I
I
didn't
didn't
even.
I didn't watch the game, but I'm saying that Marseille still beat Newcastle and we struggled against
Yep.
Newcastle.
Bro,
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
tagged
waiting to
you.
retweet and we can start, bro. To
No,
me,
no, we have started. We're actually live.
oh, we started. Damn.
Yeah, I told you.
Listen, to me, Patrick, I am angry. I'm upset. And my blood is boiling. And I'm looking at this as three things to blame:
Mm,
our fan base,
yeah,
our manager, and our players are to blame. Our fan base, a fan base who accept this as okay are
yeah,
part of our problem. This is not Manchester City's standards. This is not Manchester City's quality. This is not what we're supposed to be with a great manager like Pep Guardiola. We should not be at home losing to 2-0 to Bayer Leverkusen, a team that lost 7-2
mm,
to PSG. I know they sacked the new manager, whatever the old manager Ten Hag, but they still got slapped 7-2. This
mm,
Bayer Leverkusen are second in the Bundesliga. A team that Arsenal just beaten is Bayern Munich. They're second. They've come and slapped us. If you're a Man City fan today and you're defending this, you're
mm.
defending nothing other than mediocrity. Nothing
It
other than mediocrity.
it's stupid. It's stupid, man. And
It's bad. It's
it is bad.
shameful.
It is
And
bad.
I
Even
smelled this.
yeah.
I smelled this. I'll tell you why. I
Mm,
smelled this because I saw this before coming. I've told you before. I saw this coming. It doesn't surprise me. It
mm,
doesn't surprise me. It doesn't. I'm not surprised losing to Bayern Munich. No, Bayern Leverkusen 2-0. I'm fuming. I'm
mm,
upset. I'm angry. This. How can this be Manchester City? This is a team that a couple of weeks ago, months ago, got beaten Al Hilal by a team of nobodies. Yeah, this is a team that went to the season, beginning of the season, played Tottenham, lost 2-0 at home to Brennan Johnson. To Brennan Johnson. Yeah, Richarlison, who Arsenal beat 4-1. How can
mm,
we accept this? How can we fans accept this? We went to Brighton, capitulated. We went to Aston Villa, we capitulated. We went to Newcastle, we capitulated. We went to Leverkusen, we capitulated. We're a team that can never come back whenever we're down. It's a loser mentality. These players and this club have accepted they didn't have the cojones of before. When we used to be 1-0 down, 2-0 down, people would say, we know Man City are going to come back. Why? Because we had the wow factor. We had the amazing factor. Everyone knew we could be 1-0 down, 2-0 down. We would come back from behind. We were 2-0 down against Tottenham. We came back from behind. How many games have you seen City behind and they come back as champions? Against Chelsea, we beat them. We went to win the league title. Against United, we were behind. We scored and beat them. Yeah, City have always been that team. Like no one does this to us. How can we be in November have lost Tottenham, Brighton, Villa, Newcastle? We've only played 9, 10 games. We've lost 40 to 50% of our games. We've only won 50% of our Premier League games. We in the Champions League, yeah, we could have lost to Everton. Look at the games we played. We could have lost to Everton. They cooked us. Everton cooked us. Don't forget
Not
it.
not 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 team not team ever won the Premier League by losing 6 or more games.
Fact. This team, listen, this team were overhyped when they beat Liverpool 3-0. PSV have beaten Liverpool at home 4-1.
Mm.
Nottingham Forest have beaten the same Liverpool 3-0.
I said it. I
This
said it
is
that
not
I think
acceptable.
I think we got
I
too
dislike
gassed. We got
some of
too
the
gassed.
this,
Mm.
Pep Guardiola is number one responsible. Pep Guardiola, who I've backed for many years, has caused this. Pep Guardiola has caused this year and year because of his arrogance. It's now proven to me, a manager I defended for so many years. I backed him, I defended him, all that thing. I'm starting to lose my shit on Pep, which I never. You seen me defending Pep. When you play that lineup, that shouldn't be an excuse. Bayer Leverkusen had eight, no, is it 11 players out?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they had a lot
They
of
had
players out. Yeah.
so I'm not accepting that lineup excuse. I'm not accepting that lineup is not an excuse. I want players at this football club. I want players at this football club. That's the only way. Our fan base will not accept this because Man City fans are winners. Man City fans are winners. They will not. I'm seeing what they're saying. I'm speaking to many of them. They're telling me none of Man City fan I've spoken to has accepted this defeat, has accepted Newcastle defeat. None Man City fan I've spoken to are happy so far in November.
No,
They're tired.
there's some, no, there's some who say that it's okay, it's just November. There are some, I know some who I have seen say that, look, let me be honest with you. I did say after the Newcastle thing, I was like, I know it's Newcastle away, it's hard, but this Newcastle team is ass chicks. I said this team is ice chicks, and then I think we got gassed by we got gassed by the Liverpool thing, but we can see now, and you're right, Hamza. Liverpool is finished. They're finito.
Liverpool been beaten by PSV
Yeah,
4-1.
they're finito.
Nothing. They got beaten in Anfield. Anfield. No, not away. Anfield. Galatasaray beat them. So don't talk about beating Liverpool
They
3-0.
lost to Forest out on Saturday, didn't they? Lost to
Don't
Forest
glaze on
at
Man
Anfield.
United you
Yeah,
beat.
the rest to Forest, yeah, at
Don't
home.
glaze on Man United you beat. Everton beat them with 10 men. Grimsby beat them. Grimsby. Don't glaze me.
Do you know
They
what?
glaze.
You're right though. Every team we've beaten is actually ass chicks. Wolves is ass chicks. Wolves
Huh.
is chicks. Yeah, like
Useless
I
teams.
don't know, Matthias. What do you think, man? Because there's a few people who are still twerking
Mm.
for this. But for me, look, let's be logical. We get it. It's November, but I'm sorry, I don't see any team that's capable of doing anything. I don't see a team that's capable of doing anything. I see a team that's capable of becoming number two, number three, maybe if they push it. But if you look at it right now, I don't know. I just don't see it. And you know what? I'm I-
Mm.
I'm looking at it saying, okay, the players, some of them don't have the chest to play. Like yesterday, some of them have to be embarrassed by themselves. But I'm
Yeah.
like, I sat there, I was like, Matthias, I sat there the other day, I looked at it, I was like, but another manager, I think, can actually like to have these players. Another manager would be happy to have some of these players. Come on, man. I know Turkey is not all that, but I don't think there's a manager who can say no to Turkey right now. They'll still take Turkey.
Yeah.
There's a manager who still take Tijani. Why? Okay, can I ask something? Why is that when we are playing at home, especially with the normal team, we're sort of playing, let's say if he plays at home, most times he's playing this sort of football where it's direct. And then when he gets away, or sometimes when he just changes, he ends up he ends up he ends up, what you call this again? He ends up going back to let's pass the
Yeah.
ball. Or is it the mentality that we had Johnsons and Ake who still have the mentality to just be shifting the ball in the back? I don't know.
Mm.
I'm lost. What do you think, Matthias? Because I always appreciate your opinion. At this
I
point in
just
time, do you see that we okay? Did we buy shit, or is the fact that the manager is also not at his best? He's not at the peak best.
it's kind of combination of both, to be honest.
Yeah.
I just don't think the I at the beginning of the season I was very optimistic, and I said that we're going to win the league. And but only if Pep makes the right choices on the football pitch in terms of um, the tactics and his in-game management. But after watching the last couple of games, I still seen the same problem as last season in terms of the type of goals we conceding. It's pretty much the same. Every time a cross goes into the box, we turn into like 5-year-old on the school playground. We can't defend. But last night, yeah, it was more on Pep Guardiola than on the players. The reason being is because, right, he sat there before Newcastle, yeah, and he told us that the season starts now. There's not going to be more international breaks until March, so the season starts now. Then we got there, we lost, we lose to Newcastle, and then 3 days after, he made 10 changes, literally just messing about. We got beat at home. So when does the season start?
Matthias, you know what he means by season starts now? Patrick, you know what he means by that?
Because
Yeah.
this twinkling with because if you look back, the way we played against Liverpool was completely different to the way we play against Newcastle, and completely different to the way we played against Leverkusen. Albeit was a complete different group of players. So he is twinkling with the first 11, but he also twinkling with the tactics and the way we play. But you telling me that the season starts now, but you keep changing things. It doesn't make any sense, does it? But the thing is, yeah, I think, in my opinion, he needs to change the midfield setup. He needs to change the personnel midfield because at this right moment in time, our midfield is not aggressive enough, is not strong enough, got no pace, got no power, can't defend any duels, can't win any duels. Like, never mind throwing themselves into tackles. Because I was watching the
Mateus,
first
but
against,
not, but that team were missing 12 players.
yeah, I
By
was
Leverkusen,
no no no
that's
no
so
no
that
no
that
no
lineup is not an
Leverkusen, no
excuse.
Leverkusen. Going back to
Mm.
um Newcastle, I was watching the first goal back. Foden never throw himself into the duels to win that, and Bernardo Silva run away from the challenge, try to go and close a player down who's going out wide,
Shameful.
rather than close the ball who's been playing through the middle. Why? Because you playing players that cannot play football without the ball. They're very good technical players. When they're in possession, they can cause the problems. When they come up against aggressive midfielders who can bully you without the ball, they fold because they're not aggressive enough. So he needs to change the personnel in midfield. That's the first thing. The second thing is this team cannot play tiki tack football.
They're not good enough.
They
They're
haven't got the
mediocre
quality.
players.
So if they don't have the quality to play the way you want them to play,
Fact.
then you need to change to get the best out of them.
Matthias, when
And
he
that
said,
means he will need to sacrifice his philosophy.
can anybody hear me, Patrick? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
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 we
yeah,
can hear
yeah.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, when he says the season started, you know what he means by that?
Hmm.
He's going back to his bullshit formation, the way he played last season. That's what he means by that.
Fact.
That's exactly what he means. Listen, anybody who excused yesterday, who's given a cover and saying, you
You
don't know
can't excuse.
football, you're a disgrace to the club.
Fact.
Yesterday
Actually,
was a sackable offense. Let me tell you that.
fact. Fact.
You can quote me, you can do whatever you want to say. Yesterday was a sackable offense. Why? You know you're going to Madrid next. You need one game, maybe two games. You win yesterday, and all of a sudden you have two less games to win to qualify top eight. You get a
Hmm.
rest, and you go play that
He
team
had a
And do you
play.
know
He
against
had
the
a
and,
play.
Le-
and do you know
against
Okay.
what's funny? Do you
Leverkusen.
know what? Do you know what's funny, Carl? And before I go to Mateus, you know what pissed me off? I didn't watch the game, right? I didn't watch the game, so I rewatched the game. So Hamza, Mateus, and Kawhi. We watched the game, and then I went to watch the press. This man was laughing. This man was smiling. And that's why I said my head is hot.
You
Remember, Mateus, I wrote in the
what
group, my head
he
is hot.
done?
He was laughing. He was laughing when
What
they
he
were asking him
done
questions.
was adding unnecessary pressure to his players because his players right now are sitting there. Right, okay, we sat. Where are we in the table? We eighth, right? And we need
We're
to
ninth now. We're ninth.
we're
Ninth.
ninth, right? And we need to be into that top eight to avoid playing
We had the
playoff,
easiest group. We had
right?
the easiest
And
group
we've got
compared to big
easiest
team.
run. So what he needs now, what he add to this top player, we need to go to Bernabeu and get a win. Yeah, because let's face it, if we don't beat Real Madrid, then Bodo Glint and Galatasaray will feel like a final. And that is game 7 and 8 in the group in the Champions League group. Brother, what are we doing? What
Well,
is he
this is what,
doing?
Matthias, this is why I'm so
What is he
upset. This is
doing?
incompetence. I guarantee you, Pep Linders and Kolo Touré told boss, let's just play the big boys and get this over with. He probably said no. He probably said no. I want to give these guys a chance. Let's go tiki taka. Let's try to control the game. They're not very good. Let's put out Savinio and Bob to go play, and all these guys to go play and play Mamush as a 9. That's what he did. And to give Ake a chance and give Ike Nori, who can't defend for his life, a chance. That's what he
Mm,
did.
And
mm.
it's not like we are going to play
And then you
Arsenal
play Trafford in goal.
or it's
You
not
play
like we're
you.
going to Chelsea away on Saturday. It's Leeds at home. Bro,
For
it's
Leeds
not
at
like
home.
we're playing the top 6
We're
side
playing Leeds at
for
home.
3
We
days
just got
time
promoted.
in the Premier League that we have to win that game. Brother, it's you playing a Champions League tie at home and then you playing Leeds at home.
Championship
Yeah.
team. A
If
team.
you want to make changes, yeah, that's fine. Make 3 or 4 changes, but keep the core of the team in there because you basically put a same group of players that are on the same level. Yeah, your first team on this level, yeah, and your second team or your whole bench are here, and you play them. You just right, okay. You guys go and play together, brother. That same 11 struggled to beat Swansea in the Carabao Cup.
Yeah.
Fact, they struggled. Aid Nouri had a shocker. Aid Nouri had a shocker. Got robbed of the ball a couple of times against. The thing is, yeah, Mateus, this is a mediocre players, some of them. Some of the players will not even get in to Villa's team lineup. They will not even get to United. I can name them. They will not play United first team. Even United fans will tell you they will not get in the bench. They will not get into Chelsea's team. There's some players who are so bad, they will not even start for not Brighton, Palace. I'm naming teams. They're playing for Manchester City and the Pep
Hamza,
Guardiola.
can I ask him? Can somebody please? And I'm gonna be honest with this, and I'm gonna be straightforward. I have supported players, and Mateus knows I have supported. Me and
Yeah.
Mateus we've been supporting players that obviously have been
Mm.
hated. Me and Mateus were supporting Nunes
Mm.
when everybody said Nunes is shit. Me and Mateus were saying this guy is talented, which I still feel to today. Today,
Mm.
anybody can listen to Pep. I don't give a shit. Me and Mateus agree that Nunes would actually be a better midfielder for us and would actually do the groundwork. But
Mm.
anyway, they say he's dumb, so he goes to the right back. I don't know what Luis is doing in this team. I'm sorry, I don't hate the kid, but I just don't see what he's doing.
We
Number one,
you know
and then number two. Do you know what? Can somebody please, before Hamza goes in, if you are from Brazil, can you send me a birth certificate for Savio? Because what the hell is this kid?
this
I'm
guy.
sorry, send me his birth certificate because I don't think Savio is Brazilian. I don't think he's Brazilian. I think he's from Malawi. I think he's from my country. Savio, we welcome you in my country. You can play for my national team, but you're not Brazilian. He fell down yesterday. What's that? What's this kid doing? And then I see Esteval looking
18.
like Prime Messi, who's 18. I'm sorry.
18.
Anyway, go ahead, Hamza.
No. And you know what? You're right. The shamelessness is we rejected nearly 100 million bid for 2 players called Savio and Rico Lewis this summer. Let me repeat again. We rejected 100 million, yeah, for Rico Lewis and Savio this summer. Who made that decision? But we are willing, we accepted 80 million for Julian Alvarez to leave. We let Julian Alvarez leave to £10 million more than what we rejected Savi for. Deep how this football club is run. Just deep it.
Can
We
can can
let
I can I ask
players
can I ask
who
when they were rejecting, what did they see? Did they see Prime
this is
Nema?
no is because the problem is the ego at certain Pep Guardiola's he has had he's won so much. So you become either you want to win or you become arrogant. I'm it. I'll make the toughest decision and I'll show everyone what you got to do. And Wenger did that. And guess what? It cost Wenger. Ferguson did that, but Ferguson reversed it a couple of times. He got rid of Yap Stam. He wrote in his book, my biggest regret to do that. And I regret it because I never won 3 league titles in a row. 3 league titles he lost. 3 years he lost. To me, this team with the greatest manager in the world, the greatest man is struggling. He's getting done tactically by a Bayer Leverkusen manager who's just come in. With a team that's struggling, yeah, that's coming with 12 changes. Monaco that had missed 9 players on that day, yeah, 9 players, 9 players, yeah, they missed on that day. We struggled to beat,
He
yeah,
needs a
with
break,
yeah,
Hamza. He
yeah.
needs a break. Unfortunately,
I
no.
think I
That's
think
what
Pep
this is what I've been
Guardiola,
saying, Matthias. I've been saying
He
this
needs
for a long
and which
time.
is
because
understandable now.
because
I was questioning this a lot, but when
because
this is coming recurrently and is failing to learn,
mm,
yeah, to keep picking.
I
And he
don't think
played.
it's
Savio
I
was the
don't
worst
think
player. He played it for
I
90
don't think
minutes.
he's
He
failing
played
to
the worst
learn.
player 90 minutes.
I don't think
No,
he's failing to
hold
learn.
on.
I
Bring up
think
that
he
comment.
wants to prove
Alvarez,
to
1 second.
everyone that
Mateus,
his
bring up
way
this comment. Bring up
works.
this comment. Yeah. Alvarez wanted to leave, but
Mm.
Savio wanted to leave. You kept the worst player and you got rid of the better player. There's ways how you behave. You don't act like a hypocrite. You
Hamza,
got rid of
I've
Felix
always
Agu
said,
and you didn't give
Hamza,
us a
I've always
replacement
said,
until January, and now
make
he's not
Hamza
playing the replacement.
make the player an offer he cannot refuse.
Fact.
Period.
Cow, didn't this same Pep Guardiola who cried for Savio to stay, didn't he say to Palmer that it's either you leave or stay? Remember?
Make
Palmer
the
said
player an offer he
mm,
cannot
Palmer
refuse.
said I wanted to
Period.
go on loan. Why did he tell Palmer it's either you
Well,
leave or stay?
well, he does, but only to a players that he wants to say. For example, players like Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker was on the verge to go Bayern Munich, so he went to sit down with Kyle Walker. He took him to a Chinese, had a decent Chinese food, decent wine. They were seeing outside the restaurant photos. Him on his bike. He went there with the bike, and the next minute, Kyle Walker signed a new contract, and stayed.
And became
So,
captain.
yeah. So if it's a player that he wants them to stay, they will stay. If a player is that he feels like, right, you can go, they will go.
It's a message
And
for you,
yeah,
Hamza.
Because
to
he's
me,
got
yeah,
the
I know,
final say.
To me, I'm looking at players. They lost 12 players, and there's some Man City fan here, as I said it before in the other channel, that were telling by Leverkusen to pick Echeverri and to be grateful on Echeverri playing for them. After they beat us 2-0, yeah, they say, yo, we beat you comfortably. You have nothing to talk about. We'll put Echeverri. The thing is, this football club, I believe in Echeverri. But they make decisions. Like, for example, let me give you an example. We lost our greatest player, KDB. Yeah? Was Cherky enough to be KDB guy? Many clubs will say, no, I need to get several good players to match that. To match that. Were there players available? Yes. When we signed Savio, Olise was available for 45 million at Crystal Palace. Proven Premier League player. But guess what? They picked Savio, let Olise go to Bayern Munich, who's now cooking. He's a homegrown talent. This is that football club that signed Calvin Phillips, Matthias Nunes, refused to sign Olise, refused to sign Eze, and brought these guys and gave 5-year contract for Savinho, who was one of our worst players last year. To
Rico
me,
Lewis.
yeah, Rico Lewis got given a contract. They refused the 30 million bid. They refused the 70 million bid for Savinho. This is how the football club is run. And this is why changes has to happen. I believe the recruitment now has to go. If Ferran Soriano's, it's time. Listen, sometimes it comes to every great organization. You've taken the organization to the top, and then you need to dismantle it. You need to bring new people, new ideas. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You've sat there too much. And United did that. They had Peter Kenyon, they got rid of Peter Kenyon, they got their other guy after him. They had different CEOs who brought fresh ideas. And I think people like Soriano, we saw what we did with Tikshi. Tikshi let us down. Yeah. And to me, I think time has come now. And now to me, I have washed my hands of certain players.
Well,
I'm sorry. I've washed, I'm not coming back from this. I've watched.
well, when
These are
you
the
when you
same
when you're
players.
director
Leopard does not change
when
its spots.
when you're director of football, yeah, and you feel like, right, we need to make a few changes after the treble, and your manager tells you, right, okay, I'm still okay with that, and then go win the four in a row, yeah, cool, and then he say, right, we need to change things up, and your manager's still telling you no, then there is a problem, because you've told the manager after the treble we need to refresh the squad, yeah, because players are leaving like Laporte, Mares, and whatnot. We need to refreshen up the squad. We need to bring up new players. Like Guimaraes couldn't get over the line. Gundo left. Then we went Kovacic, which is not good enough in my opinion. But then, yeah, fair enough. Brilliant. The brilliance of the players managed to get the title over the line. Like KDB coming back for the second half of the season, Foden and Rodri. Yeah, you went up there, you won the title. That very same summer, yeah, Chicky should have said, right, this is the time, no more delay. So when you decide to delay for another season, yeah, I think that you wanted to do 2 years ago, then the problem becomes even bigger.
Mm.
It's bigger to solve. So there is a comment, yeah, that say, see this comment. I need to respond to this comment. Yeah, Reinders is so bad, right? Let me just rewind you to 22, 23, right? We got a midfielder in Calvin Phillips. Yeah.
Yeah.
Played a few games, yeah. And in the very first season, people say Calvin Phillips is not good enough.
Mm.
Yeah, right, okay. Then the following season, mm, we won the treble, we signed Nunes and Kovacic.
Yeah. They
Then
said they're
played a
not good
few
enough.
games. Yes, they had a couple of bad games there and there, but
No, by
the
the way,
fact, the fact
Nunes was never given the same opportunity Rico Lewis and
exactly,
others have been given. Yeah.
exactly. So then
Fact.
the fan base decide they're not good enough because Pep doesn't trust them.
Yeah,
Any
and
player
because
that
Pep
Pep
called him
don't
dumb
trust,
apparently. Yeah, called him
any
dumb.
player that Pep don't trust, the fan base automatically presume they're not good enough. Yeah, the Johnny Reinders came, had a couple of good games. All of a sudden, he's so bad. He's not good enough because he's been on the bench, right?
But
So,
can I ask you something, Matthias, before I
right,
forget?
wait,
Where can I ask the question? Where is Pep playing Tijani Reinders? Where is he playing? Is he playing
right.
him in the
It's
right
not.
position?
Right. It's not about where they play. Right.
Mm.
It's about he is buying the player that he wants. Yeah. But when he puts him in the football pitch, and if he sees something that he doesn't fancy in the midfield, you won't not play. It happened to Calvin Phillips. It happened to Nunes, and it happened to Tijani Reinders. Remember, it also nearly happened to Nico Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Only reason why he put his arm around the shoulder to Nico Gonzalez and start coaching them during that opening training session is because he knew Rodri will not stay fit for the first half of the season. So he needed someone there. And he was training, he was literally coaching first the Johnny Reinders to play in that position. That's
And
why
he
the
failed.
Johnny Reinder was playing a six in the in the Club World Cup because he was not trusting Nico Gonzalez to
Mm.
a point where he turned around and right, okay, Johnny Reinder's really not going to be able to play in that position. I need to put my arm around this Nico Gonzalez fella and actually coach them. Yeah. But he never done that with players like Nunes, who, before we got him, he was praising them.
Mm,
When we bought Calvin Phillips, yeah, he said he sat there in the press conference and said, I spoke to my friend Bielsa, and he told me, come and have a look at this guy. He's gonna be the next best thing.
mm.
I went out there, watched Leeds with my friend Bielsa with a glass of wine, and I decided I went to Chicky, yes, get this guy. Yeah. But as soon as he saw something in a game that he didn't like it, no, you're not good enough. Stay on the bench. And the fan base will be consciously back this because they cannot go against Pep.
Mm.
If Pep says one thing, look at, for example, he turned around in the press conference, yeah. Before we bought Nunes, he was full of praise when we played Sport in Lisbon. He turned on, then we buy him. He had a bad game against Wolves, which was against his former club in his first season at the club. He just going back to his old club in his old stadium, and he start just because he had a bad game, and we don't see him again until Carabao Cup games. We don't. He's not having the consistency, and then he comes around and say, Pep Nunes is not smart enough to play midfield because he made a few mistakes. There's no coaching. There's no arms around the player to say, right, okay, I know you've made a mistake, but I trust you to play in that position. Nothing. Not good enough. Right? You will see the same thing with the Giant Reinders. The last 10 minutes of that game against Leverkusen, where did the Giant Reinders end up playing? As a right back. He was playing right back in the last 10 minutes.
That's shambolic right there.
Yeah. You cannot keep saying, yeah, you cannot allow, yeah, by midfielders. And if the manager see just one flaw in them and he doesn't like it and he just throw them under the bus, you cannot just keep saying, oh, this is not good enough. This guy is not good. No, 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 no,
You
no.
have to coach. You have to coach.
There is an element of coaching.
Fact, I agree with that.
You would not have, you would not, it's hard to find a perfect midfielder. Even KDB had to be coached in certain aspect of his game. What are we doing here?
Fact.
Yeah, but you know what's funny? Carl will agree with this. Carl recently, right? I'm gonna share this with you because he shared with me.
Was Gundo good enough when we bought him?
No. This is
No.
what I'm.
But he
This is
had
what.
the trust,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Listen, Matthias. So Carl does coaching, right? And he lost players that he built. He built a team and lost players. Carl was obviously fuming, saying he lost the players, but somehow, Matthias, what you say about coaching, Carl still managed to coach what he had. Do you get it? Like he managed to coach. Am I lying, Carl? So Carl could still
No, you're not.
use the players he had and coach them. But the thing is, you're right. These days, Pep Guardiola seems to just say, "Oh, this guy is dumb. He cannot play as a midfielder," and we just accept. Oh yeah, Pep Guardiola said Matthias Nunes is dumb. But the same Matthias Nunes who cooked us when he played for Sporting, and you told him that he might be one of the best midfielders you've ever seen. The same. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Gaslighting. It's just
It's just
gaslighting.
excuses. It's excuses, though. It's his coaching. He doesn't want a player who's a ball carrier. He doesn't want ball carriers. He wants people who can hold on to the ball. Do you know what, Carl? Where I saw that this man has excuses is when he was playing Nico Lewis against Newcastle and we got slapped instead of playing Nunes. He left Nunes on the bench, who's physical. He played a kid in Rico Lewis.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
And,
I
and
don't.
to me, quickly, it shows you that for us to have lost to Tottenham, to Brighton, to Aston Villa, to Newcastle
Shish.
in the Premier League, and then to draw to Monaco away with the worst team that they had 9 players out, to lose to a Leverkusen at home
6.
who had 12 players out, is inexcusable.
It's not. Yeah, it's
It
not
tells
excusable.
you this team is shit, useless, crap, beyond belief. That's not the standard of Man City. Fans walked out. I'm so glad the fans were walking out at 70. You were there, Mateus. When did the fans start walking out?
Did they boo? Matthias, did they boo? I heard
They
they
booed.
booed.
They booed.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
booed
yeah,
sometimes.
yeah. But
Yeah.
I wasn't. I left early. I left in before the 85th minute. I couldn't be asked it. I was
When
freezing.
did they start leaving?
But I think, bro, after 65 minutes, 70 odd minutes,
So
they
fans
will start
started
getting
leaving
empty.
at
The problem
65
is,
minutes.
yeah, he's not even leaving. Like even every single back pass, they were like grounding in the stadium. Like, well,
Fans are not happy in the stadium. I
it's not
speak to
the
people.
football.
Fans
The
are
football's not
angry,
good enough, mate. The football's not
upset.
good enough,
My friend's giving. Well, my friend's a season ticket
bro.
holder.
We
He's not
2
going to
nil
miss
down.
games. He's been
We
a
2
season
nil
ticket for
down,
25
and we
years.
playing like we're
He's not
3
going.
nil up. Pass, 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 pass.
He said, I'm not
It
going.
happened against Newcastle. We 2-0, like we 2-1 down, and we were playing from the minute 65 up until 68th. Yeah, we were playing like we got the lead against Newcastle, and I'm like, really? So
That's
slow.
that tell you they're
That
playing. They're
yeah,
playing.
that
Matthias,
that
they're playing.
instruction is coming
They're
from the
play,
bench.
exactly, exactly, 100%,
That instruction
100%.
comes from the bench, right?
Yeah,
We lack physicality in midfield, yeah, but we have a midfielder who's physical, fast, can pass, can shoot, playing left back. What are we doing?
Mm.
Why? Why is he playing left back then?
because he
If
can't
you're
make 1,000,000,000 passes. He can't make 1,000,000,000 passes
he's
to no one.
tall, yeah. You reckon if you put Nico O'Reilly in that
Mate,
midfield,
I listen, mate. I'm sticking O'Reilly in
he's
the
gonna
mid.
get out jumped by
Matthias, I'm sticking O'Reilly in the midfield. Easy.
yeah,
Give me Nunez, O'Reilly, and give
bro.
me
Bro,
Gonzalez.
the
I'm taking
fan
those
base,
three.
the fan base doesn't not want they don't want that because they've been so brainwashed of this thing. Yeah. Right. Let's go. I said it, yeah. Right. Right now, this midfield likes pace, power, physicality, legs. Right? So you've got two midfielders playing full backs that got all four. Yeah. Take one of them midfielders that are playing at full back and play them in midfield. Oh,
Yeah,
who? I
yeah.
suggest Nunes.
Wait,
And
Matthias. Can I
no,
ask?
wait,
Can I ask this, Matthias? Can I ask this? And
wait, wait there,
this is
wait there,
funny.
wait there, wait
Yeah,
there. I suggest Nunes. Oh, are you laughing? Oh, why is Nunes not good? Right, okay, Nunes not good. Go and put O'Reilly. Oh, who's playing left back? Hold on a minute. You bought left back in the summer,
yeah.
and you bought left back
Take it, guys, man.
after
Yeah.
the treble.
Yeah.
Which, let's face it, the manager when we went out there to buy Josko Vardio, the manager had the plan to play him as a left back, right? Because no one sat in there after winning the treble and say Josko Vardio walks into that defense with the break the partnership between Diaz and Stone. No one,
Yeah.
no one. So the plan you will all put in your mind that Josko Vardio is going to be playing a left back,
Mm.
right? Why is Nico O'Reilly not going to midfield? Why?
I don't know.
Because they know they have to be one of them has to be sacrificed, either Foden or Bernardo Silva. But the manager's not willing to sacrifice his captain, and the fan base are not willing to sacrifice the star boy. So it has to be Nico G doing all the work and them two in front of him.
Yeah, yeah. This is what I was about to say. Cow, how come? How come it looks like every physical midfielder he has to throw as a he has to every physical midfielder he decides to throw as he decides to throw as a fullback.
Because that's where you can hide them. That's where you can hide them.
Mm.
You think about us coaches is that sometimes when you have a player on your team, you're not quite sure, you don't trust, you hide them in three places, either as a number 9, right, on the
Yeah.
wings or fullback.
Yeah.
You never hide them, put them in the middle. You people that you trust the most are the ones you put right in the middle,
Yeah.
the top all the way down.
So do
You
you
don't
think
put
he's
them.
do you think he's hiding Turkey by playing him as a right winger?
No, Chucky's good. Chucky's a good player. Chucky can play right wing, but is he a winger? He's not a winger. He's an inside forward.
Mm.
He's an inside forward. He's not really a winger. He's an inside forward. Doesn't have pace and power. He's not like Olise or Saka or Martinelli, right? What annoys me the most is that Arteta learned everything from you. Arteta has now surpassed you in the kind of football that they play. All the signings that you wanted to get, he's got them. He has the list and he bought them. Now, can Ateta get over the line? We don't know. Probably this year, right? But he took your playbook and is implementing it while you are messing around with this old tiki taka rubbish football. You're trying to control the game at Newcastle away. You're trying to control Newcastle at St. James's Park. Are you insane? With players without KDB and Silva and Aguero and Fernandinho, you're trying to control Newcastle away. That's insanity. And then you now play Leverkusen, who were champions 2 seasons ago, at home with a B team of underserved players, undercooked. Oscar Bob, Rico Lewis do not make Leverkusen's team. Neither does Savinho. They coached us. They outcoached you, player for player, tactic for tactic, line for line. Because if you want embarrass, you don't bring on Cherky, Foden, and Haaland at halftime. You knew you got it wrong. They embarrassed you. And you make $30 million a year. Shambolic.
I was like, the thing is, what has hurt me the most is when I found out that Leverkusen were missing seven plus first team players. Basically, Leverkusen fielded a weak team, and they came to the Etihad and slapped us 2-0.
The,
I
the, the
don't
most
know.
anno- the most annoying thing about this is the fan base.
See,
My
see,
fan base is gone. They're
see,
gone.
see,
The
Carl,
fan
yeah.
base, sorry, Matthias, the
Mm.
fan base has gone.
No,
We are
they
mediocre.
gone.
We love
They're
mediocrity.
long gone, bro. Forget about this fan base, man. They're finished. They will just start making excuses after excuses. Don't worry. We'll probably beat Leeds, and then they will change the narrative again. Right. You know, after I was watching, yeah, the press conference before Burnley, and he was asked the question of, oh, he was asked the question with what's the update on Rodri, and he said, we're still not sure. He's got a little setback, but hopefully he's coming back soon. And and then he was asked, the following question was whether you planning to play Nico, because Nico Gonzalez in form, whether you plan to play Nico Gonzalez and Rodri, and which this is something that we all want, as some of the fan base wants, because that would add a bit more protection into our back line, but we also solidify the midfield in terms of the work off the ball, right? But he sat there and said, "Yes, they can play together, but I prefer not to. I like to play with one hold midfielder and two attacking midfielders, and that adds a bit more creativity in the final third. If I play two defensive-minded midfielder, that takes the creativity up front." And I was looking at it, yeah, and hold on a minute. The creativity in that team is not coming through the middle. It's coming from out wide. We don't play through the middle. Let's face it. The only time we play through the middle is for when we passing the ball into Foden into them pockets, and Foden has a shot. Most of the times, you shape football and get the ball out wide for Doku or Savio to trying to put crosses in. The stat shows that big chances created has been Doku, which is in top of that tree, which is a wide player, and has been Cherky, who's been playing some sort of on the left most of the time. It comes drifting to midfield sometimes, but we're not really creating to mid. We're not really doing anything through the middle anymore. We go out wide way too much. So doesn't matter what midfielder you get in January. Yeah, you can, if you get a defensive minded midfielder in January, he will not play alongside Nico Gonzalez. Forget it. He will not do it. He won't,
What?
because he's got his own mindset, his own philosophy of doing things, and he's not willing to change. He might change to one or two games, but he will always reverse back to his old what he knows. Sorry, that's just what he does.
But
Whether people like it or not,
isn't it more attacking? Isn't it a braver style of football to play with 1-6 and have more attacking midfielders? Like, isn't that the type of football that we would want to see? Like
No,
when we
no,
No,
you
some
get
want
no,
to
no, not if you,
some want
not
to
if you,
not
question
when you're
Pep.
getting out
no,
run.
not if you,
Let me let me
Not when you're getting bullied.
no,
No.
Okay,
Victor, not if
so
you're,
no,
not
but
if
hold
you're
on,
in.
hold on. Let me just make this point because I often hear that we should be dictating how we want to play versus opponents. But now I'm
Let
hearing
me.
let's set up defensive. Let me just finish my point. But now I'm hearing let's set up defensively
No, 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 no,
because
no,
of
no, no, no.
no,
Let,
that's
that's
not
not,
that's
let,
not
let
the
me let me
case.
Defensively
explain what's
setting
going.
up
Let me explain.
defensively.
Let me explain what's going on. Let me explain the philosophy behind. Right. So this guy is a Cruyffian guy. Right. Cruyff, in his heyday, had a philosophy. Right, where he says, "Listen, I'm never going to play four center backs. I'm always going to try to overload the center of the midfield, either with a diamond or a box. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take one of my fullbacks and make sure they're inverted into midfield to create a numerical superiority in the middle of the field. That's what Pep philosophy is about. That's what he does.
But he's
Right?
changed that
Either that,
philosophy.
right, right. That's what he tries to do. He tries to either one of the fullbacks go into midfield to overload centrally. Or I overload in the wide area. So I switch to a 2, 3, and a 5. And I overload wide areas. The problem we have right now is that when you go to that 2-3-5 against Newcastle and you overload wide areas, you're not overloading because nobody's running in behind.
Yeah,
Right? Doku gets the ball, and all of a sudden, the same Doku who's taking players 1v1 against Liverpool
yeah,
comes to Newcastle and is playing the ball back. That's instruction.
yeah, yeah.
That's fear of losing the ball in transition.
It,
Why are you playing a high line at St. James's Park?
how are we
Why?
talking about this when I was addressing Mateus's point about playing two defensives, playing two sixes? Like I understand Pep not wanting to play two sixes because we play attacking, we play
No, no, no,
possession.
no, no. Playing two
Okay,
sixes
yeah,
doesn't
go ahead.
doesn't necessarily mean you're going defensive. It adds protection. However, you will still be an attacking
But
force
he believes he
because
doesn't have the
no, no,
creativity
wait
with
there,
two sixes.
wait
Isn't
there,
that the
wait
point?
there, wait there.
Okay.
Because when you've got 2-6 in there, you can push Nico G further up the pitch to when we haven't got the ball, he would just be there to win the ball back. Yeah. The reason why we don't win the ball back in midfield is because we have two midgets play in front of Nico Gonzalez, which is Foden and Bernardo Silva, who
Mhm.
does fuck off the ball, just runs around doing nothing. And then we've got Foden, who is 5'4", skinny, can't put a tackle in. Go and watch that goal. The first goal against Newcastle. Both of them, they were running away from tackles, running away from duels.
And then
That's
and then Matthias,
embarrassing.
you
So
have Joe
this was the
Linton,
same
No,
midfield
no, no,
that
Gimares.
no, no,
weren't.
no, no.
This is the
That's
same midfield.
embarrassing.
Okay, so Mateus, I think you brought up the example when Pep said I would prefer not to play with Nico and Rodri because what was the reason? What did he say? That what was the quote that you
He
gave?
said he would take the creativity up
So
front.
okay, so he believes that Nico and Rodri he doesn't have the creativity. So I don't think it's a slight for his belief with
Roger
regards to
doesn't have
those.
the creativity.
Pardon me.
Are you saying Roger is not creative player?
I'm saying that Pep would choose to have Rodri to be the six. No? When we had Rodri as the six, everything was calm. He had the creativity elsewhere. No? Is that not true?
When you got Roger in the six, yeah, you will face the same problem as we faced in the four in a row season, where you literally, yeah, you would literally burn him out because you're gonna ask him to do a lot more. There is no
He had to do a
protection.
lot more because we had no running from KDB and Gundogan. Now we
Yeah,
have a Shirky. Now we have a Reinders who needs to get up to speed. Now we also have a Foden who's playing centrally. I don't think we have the same
well,
problems
it's
as
the same
as the
Reinders
four-peat
that the
season.
fan base don't trust. Neither is Pep. Why is Randall not
It's
starting
no
it?
because but even this I said this in the comments. This oversimplification of don't trust. It's 12 games for Reinders. And with regards to Nico G, he came in Jan, and now we're seeing he is being trusted to play. I think some of the fan base, the ones that think have written him off, I think they're wrong to do it. The player needs time. And some say, "Oh, where are your standards? The quality should be there. They're not good enough. They should be good enough from the very beginning." I think Reinders is good enough. I think he needs to get up to speed with what Pep wants and how the players around him are. I haven't given up on the player, and I don't think
Okay,
Pep has said I
does
no
he get
longer
up to
trust.
speed on the bench?
Pardon me.
Does he get up to speed on the bench?
Was he not injured? Is that why he was on the
No,
bench
he
for a
wasn't.
spell?
No,
So he had no injury. He was just
no.
touching the bench because
The last Premier League game he started was against Villarreal.
Yeah, there was no injury.
no. When's the last time he played?
Oh,
No, no,
It's
no,
not about
Vit,
starting. When was the last time he
No, no.
Vita,
played?
there's no
Yeah,
injury. He just got
Aston
dropped.
Villa.
Villa.
The other games he was coming off the bench. Aston Villa was
As
the
a
last
DM,
time he
as a
started,
DM,
and
as
he
a
put
DM.
him in the six.
Yeah, I mean, Matthias,
Okay.
at the end of the day, Beta, right? This
And
yesterday
then,
cost us an
and then,
automatic qualification.
and
It cost
then,
us.
wait there, Carl. The fan base decide, look at that Villa game, decide, right, this guy, he's not good enough. He's not winning any duels. He's not a six. But
He
they
isn't a
say
six.
that's what the manager does. He put these players in a critical position, and then the fan base start judging them.
The fan, to your point, you said who cares about the fan base? They're done, right? Who cares about the fan base? They're
I never
done. They're
say who cares
washed.
about the fan
That's
base. I
what you
just say they're
said.
done.
No, that's what you said when Carl was bringing up the fan base, and you said don't even worry about the fan base. Pep isn't listening to the fan base when it comes to Reinders. I think he experimented again because we've seen Pep experiment. You guys we're all quick to remind the world about what he did in a Champions League playing with no six. He chose to play Reinders as a six because in his creative mind, in his madness, he's like, let me see him do this role. He didn't do it, but it's not no faith in the player. It's not no writing him off. He's not a six. We know this.
Well,
Reinders is
that's not the first time he does it. He tried in the Club World Cup, didn't work.
yeah, he tried it in the Club World Cup, but with a different combination to see whether over time, instructions, working on the training pitch, maybe he can do the job. He's tried it
No.
again. It didn't work.
He can't. Right, go and watch his Johnny Reinders' first interview when we signed for the football club. He said Pep was on the phone with Pep called me and say I need a number 8, not a 6. I need a number 8.
And he probably had the same conversation with Bernardo Silva. But at times you're gonna adjust, you're gonna be tinkering, and you're gonna be like, let me see if you can do this in this game for this situation. Not for the remainder 38 games, but in this, with what I want to see, let me try it. Let me see if it works. Pep
Can
does
I ask
this.
you
He got it
something,
wrong.
Vita? Can I
He
ask
got
you,
it
Vita?
wrong. Yes,
But
Patrick.
can I ask you? And I want like Vita, it's a big up Vita for coming back. By the way, guys, if you look at this description, right? Uh, guys from Pitch Points, I'm gonna get. I hope Carl doesn't go to sleep. I've been trying to get Pitch Points back because I got a new laptop and then it unlocked me out of Pitch Points. It unlocked me out of a lot of things, to be honest. It also unlocked me out of football and vibes, and I don't remember the password, so that's gone now.
Oh,
But
damn.
anyway, it doesn't matter. We're building another channel with somebody else. Now Veta's link is in the description. Pitch Points is in the description. If you go to the description, and also I tagged them to the channels. But Veta, I want to ask you something, right? Because the reason why I'm fuming, Veta, is because I said this Newcastle team is not good enough. I said it. It's not a good
What do you mean
Newcastle
good
team.
enough? Not good enough.
Even if I know people are like, oh, they're strong at home, but they're not a good enough Newcastle team. The fact that I think what hurt me the most was we scored with Ruben Diaz, right, and just conceded within a minute. But what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say is, looking at these games, right, we've basically gone to Monaco. Monaco had like 6 to 7 injuries, and we were comfortably 2-0 up. I remember, and then we
Mm-hmm.
drew 2-2.
Yeah.
Every time we've gone to a decent away side where the stadium is always famous for being decent, like Monaco away. We're going to Villa where it's a decent stadium where Villa got slapped by a poor Liverpool side, by the way. This Liverpool side is ass chicks. Let's not lie. They are horrible. They are
Mm-hmm.
horrible. And then we go to Villa, we lose. We go to Newcastle, we lose. And then what I'm looking at is City can't play a decent team and get over the line. So
Whoa,
what
whoa,
I'm
whoa,
talking
no,
about
no, no,
decent
no,
teams
no,
is
no, 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 no,
the
no,
decent team.
no, no,
Leverkusen is a
no,
decent
Patrick.
team.
I know you're
Yeah.
the host of this show, but when we I think we're doing a disservice when we play certain teams in the form that they're in and we beat them. Right?
Like
This Liverpool that
do
we
you respect
slapped up,
Liverpool?
but Liverpool just beat Real Madrid. And
That
Real Madrid Real Madrid
team.
they're not
Yes.
at they're not at the Real Madrid level of when
They
they're
just
winning UCLs like
they
that.
just drew with
I-
Fiji, whatever they call it.
No, exactly. But if you play
Yeah.
a team, and then their form has now dropped, their form has now lowered, you can't then look back and be like, at the time of when we beat them, that they weren't good. They were in form.
I
Liverpool
don't think
were.
I don't think Liverpool are great.
I'm not saying they're great, but now to go back and be like, oh, you know what, the win against them, I'm not really going to rate it.
Veta, I
We
hear
can,
you, Veta. The problem is yesterday was unexcusable. It's just no excuses for that yesterday.
and I'm not challenging that. I agree with that.
Man,
I don't
it's
have a
but
problem with
my
that.
problem is it's a pattern
Do you,
of
do you know just
madness that we've seen.
do you
It's
know
a
where do you
pattern
know
of madness.
do you know Nunes, yeah? Do you know every single stat do you know Nunes' first season, every single stat he got, he was playing as a 6. Why?
What?
Every single start that Nunes got in his first season, he was playing as a 6. Carabao Cup, the game against Wolves, FA Cup, he was playing as a 6. Why?
I don't
I
understand
don't
why.
know. Why do you think?
I don't know. You tell me. Is he a 6
Neither
or
of us
is he
can.
an 8?
None of us are going to answer that. We don't
The
know.
problem is he makes these players into uncomfortable position, and then he start judging them based on that position, which is wrong. Yeah,
I happen to disagree with that point of view because
Is Kovacic a 6?
No, Kovacic is
He,
not a
he,
six.
no.
He's the
he
eight.
plays
He's
as a
the eight.
6, and
But he's the eight.
the fan base just turn around and say Kovacic is not good enough.
Okay, let me ask you this then, Mateus. At the time of when we got Mateus and we got Kova,
Why do
hold
we
on,
play?
Let me just
Why
make. Let me.
don't we play Foden in the 6 then?
No, but my point is, who would you want to play in the 6 when we need to give some relief to Rodri? Who would you have suggested to play in the 6 at the time? Going back to seasons that you just did, other than Nunes, other than Kova, who would you have suggested to play the 6?
No one. Buy a 6. Why are we not
Okay,
buying a 6?
we had already bought the players for the season. The season's now carrying on. Who would you have played
No,
at
no,
the
no,
6?
no.
That's
No
exactly it.
one.
Because when the transfer windows close, you then have to adjust with what you have.
You had Calvin Phillips in there. Why didn't you coach Calvin Phillips? Was he not supposed to be the backup for Rodri?
And what? Okay, we attempted for him to play the 6, did we not?
Yeah.
Carl, Patrick, and myself, I remember us doing streams and looking at all of the metrics, looking at how he performed while at Leeds. He didn't bring that form to us. And we're not going to trust him to play the 6 when he hasn't brought that form to do it. That's why we had to go out and panic buy Nunes and get Kova.
Why did you panic buy Nunes to play 6?
I didn't.
Instead of going
The
out
panic
there
buy
and
isn't my. The panic buy. I'm taking this
Victor,
slight because
are
other
you
people
saying
said
that
panic buy.
If you earn 30 million a year, you can't coach Calvin Phillips.
Why are we doing this? Why are we
There's no
why are we
coaching.
slacking? Why are we doing this to our manager? We're gonna bring up that he makes 30 million a year every time he does something wrong.
Yes, of course you have.
What is?
Just
Bernardo
saying,
Silva
man.
is on 300k a week. What is he doing on 300k a week?
What is who? Who what?
Bernardo Silva.
Bernardo's over earned that contract. He was grossly underpaid.
He was underpaid though.
He was grossly underpaid. He deserves that money for the
so he was
seasons
grossly
before when he
underpaid.
wasn't getting it,
No,
and he was the man
right.
doing everything for us that
Right,
didn't show
okay,
up on the stat line.
Victor. So he was grossly underpaid. Yeah, he got double wages for 3 years doing fuck all. Right?
What
How
are
do
we
you
doing
justify that?
What are we doing? You're
rid
saying
of
he did. You're saying he did nothing since getting his contract.
Nothing really.
No,
He got his new
Bernardo's
deal
done.
after the treble.
Bernardo's done some things. I mean, let's be fair. He's done.
No.
He's,
He got his new deal after the treble. What's he been doing after the treble?
he's done. In fact, Bernardo's not young anymore, right? I mean, he's not going to be the same Bernardo we had in
I'm
17,
not.
18, 18, 19.
Get rid of him.
It's not going to be the same one, but he has a role to play. The question for me is the balance of the team. The balance of the team. Modric played at Madrid till he was, almost 37, 38. But they used him in balance. They used him sparingly when they needed to shut down the game, right? Not start him and get the big games against tough opposition. Why can't we do that?
I think we are doing that with Bernardo because he's being played in spells. He's not played
well,
every
that's
game.
fair. Maybe I'm just suffering.
Did he not play in the Liverpool game?
He did well. Maybe I'm just suffering from. Maybe I'm just suffering from.
He's not playing
from-
every game, Mateus. He's not utilized like he used to be. He's not that player anymore. Carl just brought up the point about how Real Madrid took one of their elder statesmen and said, you know what, we're going to be playing you sparingly. You're going to be coming on late in games. You're not going to be playing every single game. That's how we're treating Bernardo.
He's playing most of the games.
He's played in most of the games. Is he starting in most of the games like he used to?
Yeah, he is. He's starting most of the games.
Okay, he's starting most of the games.
Yeah.
He didn't play. Did he play last night?
No, he's starting most of the games. That's what I'm saying. Just because he didn't play last night doesn't mean he's not starting most of the games.
How much did he play in the Newcastle game?
He started.
Okay, that's my point. He'll start, but is he playing? My point is Bernardo used to play 90 minutes every game. He's not played like that anymore. He's our leader. He's our captain because of the fight that Pep says, because you like to quote what Pep says in the
Why is
press
he
conference.
captain?
Let me finish this point. Because when we were down bad last year, when we had everybody losing their minds and willing to give up, heads in the ground, saying the season's done, he was the one showing up in practice. Pep said this, being like, let's get after it. We're not done, guys. We're still fighting for this. So the mentality that allowed us to win the way we were able to win is why he's
Oh
one of
my
the captains,
days.
why he's
Oh
one of
my
the trusted
days.
ones. Now,
Pep
I
told
get
you
it.
that. No. Pep told you that because Bernardo Silva was being told in April that he needs to leave the football club in the summer.
I'm not an ITK. I'll take your word for it.
Well, that's Jack Gorgon, not me. That's Jack Gorgon.
The problem
Okay, I'll
is
take your
not
word. I'll take your word
Bernardo's.
for it. So he
Victor, the
was rewarded.
problem,
Sorry. Hold on, Carl. So he
Victor,
was
sorry,
rewarded captain because he was going to get transferred out.
Victor. The
No, not
problem is
really.
not. The
The
problem
captaincy
is
is a way of
let's
your
just
manager telling
guys,
you and the club that you are not
Matthias,
selling my guy.
Matthias. The problem is not
I
Bernardo
couldn't hear what
Silva.
you had to say.
The problem is not Bernardo Silva. The
Problem is Pep
problem
Guardiola.
No, it's
Pep
not
is
the
your
Guardiola.
problem. It's
manager.
not the
It's the
problem. I'm not saying
manager
he is.
is the problem.
The
When you
manager is
think
the problem.
about what happened yesterday, that was not the players. It wasn't Bob. Wasn't Shirky. Wasn't Mamouche. It was the selection and the balance of the team by the coaching staff. Period. That was it. They got it wrong completely, miscalculated, frankly incompetent for that game. That's the truth. Because if not, you don't make your changes at halftime. It was insane. Even the players were like, "What the hell is this?"
So wait. Hold on. No one disagrees that the 10 changes was a madness. I don't think there's anyone in the fan base that says, Pep, you were right to have those 10 changes. I don't think anyone. And at the same time, unlike a Liverpool manager that many want to compare, look at what they're doing, look at Liverpool and what they're doing that season, look at where they're at this season, right? That's how seasons go. That's how one can be a genius and one can be, get this manager out of my club the next year. With regards to Pep this last game, he got it wrong with the changes. But the difference here is he recognized the wrongness and he tried to make the subs to turn the game around, right? A manager that's stubborn, that is set in his ways, does he make those changes? I don't think
Okay,
so.
when does the season start?
Victor, I don't disagree with you, but is he going to do it again? He is going to
Victor,
do it again.
I don't know. I
Victor,
don't know.
when does the season start?
When what do you
Pep
what?
Guardiola told me, and
Yeah.
before Newcastle did that, the season starts now. We got there at St. James's Park, we get slapped. Then 3 days after, he made the whole change in the 11, we get slapped at home. When does the season start?
The
Yo,
season started when he. Oh, sorry,
but
go ahead,
Matthias,
Patrick.
wait. But Matthias, he said this before Pep answers. He said this though, that at Newcastle when they asked him that, why did you change the way you're playing? He says, because this is how I want the treble. Anyway, go ahead then.
Yeah, so we can
Yeah,
we
the trouble is
understand.
the trouble has become a problem, Patrick. Patrick, that's the truth. You think
He's
that
one.
you want to buy control. You don't have those players. You want to stick to the same way you played in the treble. You don't have those players, bro. You've proven to us that against Arsenal, against Liverpool, and United, you don't need possession to win the game. You showed us. So why are you going back to the failed way from last year?
I'll say this real quick because Mateus brought up Pep said the season starts. Pep said the season started going into the Newcastle game, and when I watched the first half, I think like we all did, I didn't think that should have been a 0-0 first half. I think we should have had goals in the first half, and I'm also going to point out I think what we need to move on past is we gave this ref too many opportunities to screw us with regards to some of the non-calls that happened in that game. Result-wise, we take it and move. But I didn't see a Pep that was trying to do what he typically does in that first half. I saw Doku playing centrally. I saw us creating a lot of opportunities. Yeah, Eddie Howe adjusted, and we seemed to not be able to figure that out the second half because we were a little too lax playing the ball out wide. But I'm not saying I didn't see the same Pep as last season that I think gets a narrative that gets thrown out really quick. Also, with Mateus,
let me ask this question to
Carl,
Victor.
let me just
Right.
make this point, please.
Who had the most chances in the first
I just
half?
want to
Newcastle or us?
I said I just want to make a
Let
point.
him make
Let me
the-
just
make
make
the
a
point.
point.
Make the
Okay. And then when Mateus wants to bring up when did the season start? The season Pep said the season starts now. Now when he says the season starts now, I think he's making that he's bringing up that conversation with regards to the Prem. That's where it needs to happen. And these changes that he did in a Champions League game have me thinking, and I said this on my channel, that he's thinking with regards to the next games are going to be every 3 or 4 days. He got it wrong. I'm not apologizing for it. I'm not sympathizing. I'm not saying it. Listen, let Pep do 10 changes wrong, even with regards to the instructions that he gave them. But I think the manager in this case, with regards to every 3 4 days, we're playing a match, and we can't run the same 11 and 12 players. It's not going to work. He
You don't
trusted
need to
too many
change.
in
You
this.
don't need to change the entire 11.
Even if he changes the entire what?
No, you don't need to change the entire 11 just because you played.
Mateus, I already said the 10 changes was wrong. He didn't need to do that. But what he was looking to do with how he got this wrong was the season starts now. I need to win these Prem games as we close out to this winter break. That's how I see it. And I could be wrong. It's just my opinion. Like we all have our own opinions on it.
Right, okay. So if the season starting now, yeah, and you say, "Oh, I need to win these games," I don't. If you're making 10 changes, that indicates that you're not really asked about the result, does it?
No, it means he overestimated the ability of these players to have the 10 changes work. He said this in the press conference. I got it wrong. Carl's a coach. I'm sure there's instances where what he sees on the training pitch does not relate in the game. And Pep got it wrong. I don't think we see 10 changes. I don't even think we see 8 changes for the season. He should see the combination of what players can work and cannot. What I'm not going to do is game week 12 or Champions League match and say this is Pep for the remainder of the year. I'm not doing that. I'm not.
Well, okay.
I
So where
think,
do
I
we go
think, I
from
think,
here?
I think. Unfortunately, Veta, the evidence, the data we see is the same pattern we saw last season. It's the same pattern, unfortunately.
But Carl, you just said yourself we saw him do it differently versus Liverpool. We saw him do it differently with
Right,
regards
but
to.
my point is that he would do it differently for certain games, but very quickly defaults back to his comfort zone. I can guarantee
Yeah,
he doesn't
we
like.
saw
I
we
can
saw
get.
him
I can
doing
guarantee you,
different
Patrick,
against.
Veta.
Remember
Hold on,
Forest.
Matthias. Sorry, let me just finish this point. Right, Veta. I can guarantee he doesn't like having less possession than Arsenal, Liverpool, and United. I guarantee he doesn't like it.
Yeah.
Doesn't make him feel good,
Okay.
right? So it's
Yeah.
an anomaly to him to do that. What he likes is Newcastle 70% possession, losing 2-1 because it has more passes,
Why do you
800
think?
passes, and that makes him happy. I'm telling you,
No, what makes him happy is winning the game, Carl. I
bro.
don't like
I'm
when you
telling you.
take these jabs at my manager when you say he would
I'm,
prefer
I'm
the
telling you,
ticky.
man. It's Rondo FC. It's
No,
Rondo FC.
he wants the Rondo and winning the game. He doesn't want the Rondo and losing the game. Let's
All
stop
right.
this. He's a
Okay.
Do,
serial
do,
winner.
do you know what Pep Guardiola said this season? He said, "I feel it's gonna be a special season." I'm waiting for the specialness, to be honest. I'm waiting. That's what he said.
When do you want the specialness to kick in? By week? You
Can I
wanted it
can,
week 10?
can I be honest with you, right? And
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Mm.
Last season I knew Arsenal are not gonna win the league. I knew it.
Patrick, I have to
Even
go to bed, Patrick. I have a long day tomorrow. But guys,
yeah,
Mm.
go ahead.
keep talking.
Sleep
All
well,
right,
sleep
Carl.
well, man.
Take care, man.
Sleep well. Look, man. Even I knew that Arsenal are not winning the league. I knew that okay, Arsenal are not going to win the league here. Even the other seasons, you could see that they're not that. But right now, I know it's November, and this guy is saying there's going to be magic. If there's magic, I'm telling you, and this is what I'm saying, Veta. If there's magic that happens from where we are right now, with this team Arsenal, how they are playing right now, where there's people crying like Noni and Eze when they score. If there's magic, I swear to God, guys, I will buy every panel member here a jersey, personally deliver it to that. I'm telling you this.
I don't want an okay jersey either. I want the legit one.
Yeah, the
I'm gonna
legit
want
one.
the
Yeah.
legit one.
Because I'm like, what magic, Pep? What magic are you seeing? He says this is gonna be a magical season. Is this what you were telling me? A magical season that we're gonna be slapped away and just get draws? Because I'm sorry, okay, but anyway, I wanted to focus on a few things, and I want to ask you, Veta, because obviously, yeah, like I pick up to you. I know that you're seeing that the other side, and we all have opinions,
Yeah,
and
we have
everybody.
different opinions.
Yeah, but I want
It's
to
all
ask you
good.
something.
Yeah.
Some of the players are not great.
Some of the
I
players
think
aren't great for what? Because as you say that,
I think John Stones is past it. I think John Stones is not it anymore. John Stones and Ake, they're not it.
Those
anymore.
are auxiliary players.
Yeah,
I don't think we're leaning on them like seasons past. I
yeah,
think
because you know what's unfair for me. I can be honest with you and be logical. I think it's unfair that we are piling pressure on yesterday's team. Why I'm saying that is because they have been played together. Most of those guys have been holding bench.
Patrick, wait there. You say we're not going to lean on them, but you've
No,
just
no, no,
said that
no, 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 no. I want, I
that's
want,
our squad players.
I
You've
want to
just said
say
that we shouldn't be, we won't be playing the same players every 3 days.
no,
But
no,
you're
no,
saying we're not gonna
no, no,
lean
no.
on that.
What I'm
That
trying
doesn't
to
make any
say is,
sense to that.
I feel like they were set up to lose. That's what I feel. It was a setup for them to lose. Am I wrong to
But
say
this
that?
is our squad players. We have to rely on them throughout the season.
okay,
So,
okay.
so what are you trying to say? Are you trying to just say that the ass chicks, all of them?
No, no, he's not. No,
No.
hold on, guys.
Mm.
It's going to be a difficult conversation if we don't take the point of the 10 changes, right? When you say they were set up to fail, you changed the keeper, you changed the complete back line, and it was there were 10 changes on the pitch. For players to know where others were going to be able to read situations, to be able to count, not even have to look, you know where someone is, they didn't have that. John Stones, when you say we're piling on him in the wrong way to be like, oh, you're done and dusted, I think that is wrong. But when Mateus brings up the point that we're going to need some of these players in rotation, yeah, but not with so many changes. Like if we had Stones partnered with either Gavardio or Diaz, I think it's calm. I think there's some familiarity there with regards to the guys that are commanding the line. Same goes for if you're changing the right back and the left back. That's a lot to have to deal with. I think I agree with you. They were set up for very difficult and set up for failure. Now, can we have Stones in the
Right? Okay. Who
rotation?
set them up for failure? Was it the manager?
No, it
It's
wasn't
always
Pep.
the manager. It's
It
always the
wasn't Pep.
manager.
Why,
It
why
was
He,
would
Pep
the
Linders.
manager on the
It was
20
Pep
million
Linders.
pounds a
It was Pep
year
Linders.
set
It
them
oh,
up
was
here
for
Pep.
we go.
failure?
Guys, I'll let you guys have the convo because the $30 million a year to bring that up five
Well,
times in
that's
the
a fact.
stream. He made a mistake in the game. That's all been established. We've said that 10 times already. He made a mistake with regards to setting these players up. But the players, like Patrick brought up, in terms of some of these players being cheeks,
Do you think he made a mistake against Newcastle?
I think he made it. I think he didn't make subs early enough versus Newcastle. I think he didn't change the
He looks
tactics
like he's
when.
making a lot of mistakes lately. It's only 2 games.
Well, every you got Liverpool fans that want their manager out. You got United fans that want their manager out. Until this season, you had Arsenal fans that wanted Arteta out. Everybody has managers that make mistakes. Maresca is praised by now by Chelsea fans, and they wanted him out like early in the
Yeah,
season.
actually,
So it's
Maresca got
emotion.
kicked
It's
out.
all
Yeah.
emotion. This manager got him wrong. Everyone gets parts of the game wrong. And again, even in a game that we win, the manager can have some things wrong. And in a game that we win, some of the players have made mistakes. It's what the sport is. But I think in the Newcastle game, it would have been nice for him to at least clock, or even the players themselves to clock. Listen, we can't keep recycling the ball. We can't go centrally now. If we're going wide, like Carl mentioned before he left, where's the overlap? Where's someone partnering so Doku's not there dealing with two players? Who's pulling someone away? But he made those. He made those. We got to learn. And when I say learn, us as fans of how critical we're going to be, and obviously the training staff, they got to learn from this. But the Newcastle, sorry, not Newcastle. This Champions League game, Ake, he's not the player that he used to be. I don't know if he's a
He's
player
lost the
to.
stop. He's lost the step. I said this, I think, 2 seasons
He's
ago.
lost a step, and he can't. And again, he put in shifts for us playing left back. He can't do that anymore. You see
No,
him
he
run,
can't.
and it looks like he doesn't have it. If he's gonna help us, he's gonna be a left center back. And I don't know. Does he play in the League Cup? Does he play in the FA Cup? I don't
Yeah,
know.
but do you know what, Victor? I'm gonna
How
say
about
this.
get rid
I'm
of
gonna,
him?
yeah, no. I'm gonna say this, but these guys have. I know we're gonna get rid of him eventually, but
Yeah.
Mateus, I don't know. I don't even want to. What I'm trying to say is, I remember we used to do something like this. Okay, let me be honest. We used to make changes and still get draws and beat teams. Am I wrong? I remember we used to make big changes like this before. Remember
Not like
2017 and
this.
them, but we used to make changes like this. Remember, we used to make drastic changes,
We
and,
we
and
used to make,
we would
yeah.
struggle, but the kids or whoever would
But
find a way
but
to win.
Patrick, when you
Mm.
when you mentioned that, we would make changes. Putting an academy player in the defense line, maybe playing a left back role, putting an academy player like a Rico Lewis that would maybe invert or play in the midfield, playing an academy player at striker, right? Something like that we do, but more in like the League Cup or early or even an FA Cup that we felt very comfortable or confident in. This, what we did in a Champions League game, is different, completely different. And there was an overestimate. He overestimated, I think, on how they would gel and how they would play. I've been saying it. I'm done saying it. The manager got this wrong. The players, though, I don't think we then go to we can't trust them. I don't think we look like the players you were going to mention. I don't think we look at Stones and say we can't trust them. I don't think we look at Ait Nori and say we can't trust them. Even Kostanov. I don't want to see Kostanov. Right now, it looks like he's our backup right back. I don't want to see that. I'd rather him
I
play
disagree. I think Kusanov was the best of the bunch last night.
the best of the players that played last night.
Yeah, the best of the bunch. Yeah, at the back.
What did you guys?
Oh,
what
at
did
the
you guys,
okay at the back, yeah, but I don't
Yeah.
want to see him at right back.
Yeah,
I
what
don't-
did you guys think? What
Oh,
did you
he's
guys
not
think of
right
Omar
back.
Mamouche, though? What did you think of Omar Mamouche? Do you see anything? What do you see going forward for this player?
Marmouche, when you talk about being set up for failure, we didn't have, in my opinion, between Reinders, Nico Gonzalez, and Rico Lewis, I don't think we had enough creativity to actually get the best out of Marmouche. I don't think we had enough that was going to be playing into him for him to succeed. And obviously from a wing play, Marmouche isn't the player that we're going to have wing play from Oscar Bob or Savino with crosses. That's not going to work. Even if it's to send it far post or cut across, like he's not that player. I think it was just wrong. It was just wrong, and we got to learn from it. I want to say this, and I'm not ducking, I'm not running out, but I got to have this same battle on another stream right now. But I want to chime in and talk with you guys.
Big up, man. Big up for coming. I'm gonna close up anyway. But big up.
Okay.
That's Better Games, guys. His link is in the description, and Pitch Points also the link is in the description. And I also tagged Better. I'm pretty sure he will see the tag on his phone or
Bless.
his app, wherever it is. But big up, Better, man.
Thanks, man.
Um,
Mateus, Patrick, thanks, guys.
Big
but-
up, man.
Yeah. So
You're very positive. I don't even know why.
I'm supportive. I'm not positive. I'm supportive. But I'll catch you guys.
I think we were to be honest, we were very lenient on Veta. He's a good fella. But what I was about to say,
Nah, bro, this is shit. I can't lie. Hey, this is fucking shit. Yeah, bro. People see that's the people don't see when you say, oh, he's changing, he's making changes. Yeah, and I keep saying he's going to reverse back to what he knows. He also made changes. Yeah. Remember against what was the game? Remember last season against Forest at home when
he
played.
did. Yeah, he did. He played Jack Grealish as a midfielder with KDB.
And we look really good in transition.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
and he dropped Jack Grealish and never played him in midfield.
Yeah,
again.
he came out. If you go back to that press conference, he came out saying we didn't play well because we had less possession than Forest in that game.
Yeah.
So we scored 3 goals, less possession, but we didn't play well.
I don't get it. So what does he want, man? Like,
brother, bro, Carl, see, Gundelori, yeah, he was right. He's looking at stats, yeah. Doesn't matter what the scoreline is. If we doesn't have more possession than the opponent, he doesn't like it. He doesn't, because his whole philosophy and his principle has always been have the ball. I want to have the ball. Yeah. And if he keeps winning football matches with less possession, then people will start talking. Some people
talking
will
about
praise
what?
him.
I thought people were praising
Exactly,
him.
but he cares.
But Matthias, nobody has said anything bad. People have been praising him, saying he's changed and he's evolved. He's a genius. What he's doing is genius, and then he's gone back to what he knows.
Yeah. Bro, where do we go from here? Yeah, because at this right moment in time, yeah, let me get Elliot in here.
Yeah.
Because at this right moment in time, yeah, I don't even trust. It might sound funny, yeah. I'm even concerned against Leeds. I know he's at home, but brother, I don't even know. Because Leeds might start looking at it, at them 2 results, and say, right, okay, let's sit back and hit them in the break. And that's literally how he started. Remember last season when he started against Spurs, then went to, was it Bournemouth away? Yeah,
Mm.
Bournemouth. And that's pretty much how he started. If you go have a look at that game last night, is a reminiscent of what we saw last season, where every time a team put a cross into our box, we just everyone just turned into Bombi on ice, and we can't defend transition. 2 3 passes, and the team are in our box straight away because our midfield is weak. We lack physicality, we lack legs, and our attack needs without Erling Haaland needs 4 3 chances before they can put the ball in the back of the net. So, brother, it's going to be a long season, you know.
It is, but can I before Elliot comes in here, man,
Uh,
do you know what, Elliot and Matthias? Do you know where I lost my head yesterday?
yeah.
Is I didn't, as I said, I didn't watch the game, Matthias. So I was traveling. I was in a bus, right, coming from hospital. Then I ended up talking to some girl, and we were chatting the whole time. And then my phone was just vibrating, 1-0, 2-0, and I was like, oh fuck. I was like, wait. Are we home or away? Then I was like, oh shit, we are home. So it is Leverkusen. You know, when the live score shows, it just shows at home and away. And I went again and went on Google and checked the players and found out, okay, so Leverkusen is actually a weak team. They actually fielding a weaker team than they field. So they had injuries and issues
Mhm.
at Leverkusen. I was like, cool. So I went home and watched the game. After I watched the game, I watched the press. Elliot and Matthias, what made me lose my head? Maybe because now I'm calm. If I did this stream yesterday, I think I was going to say things to Pep. He was laughing. He was smiling. Do you, have you seen his press conference? He
Nah,
was laughing.
nah, I haven't watched it.
He was laughing, and after the game interview, he was smiling and laughing. And it wasn't like it was sarcastic or anything. He was actually laughing as if I don't give a shit. What are you gonna do to me? You know, like when somebody at work tells you, "Are you gonna fire me?" I don't know, man. I just feel like I
Well,
think
there's been good vibes in training. That's what he's telling us. Is it's good vibes, isn't it?
well, he's promised at the beginning of the season. He said this is gonna be a special season, so I'm waiting. Anyway, Elliot, what's your thought? We've
Yeah,
lost
big
to
up lads for
Newcastle.
having on, man. Yeah,
Yeah, go
nice
ahead.
one.
Yeah,
How you
yeah.
doing, Ben? You all good? Apart from the result?
Nah,
Yeah, man.
yeah, we're
Yeah,
good,
yeah,
man. We're
nah,
good.
nah, nah. Yeah, not good, man. Me and the test spoke, to be fair, a few, like, a bit, to be fair, yesterday and today, but nah, it's not good, man. Seriously worrying to see how much we've fallen off. I think a lot of people have said that today. I've seen a few people on Twitter say, you look at the team, what we used to have to what we have now. It is it's slightly worrying. I sent Mateus, he'll tell you himself, I sent Mateus a picture of a squad in 17-18, his actual squad. And Patrick, it's an idea too, and for the people in the chat who haven't seen it, just go back and look at it, man. Go back and look at the squad, what we used to have, and even the
But
treble season.
yeah,
It's
but Elliot, you're wrong though, because I have been told that since you guys who are from, like I say, who are from Manchester, who are close to Manchester, you've seen this
mm,
before. So this is nothing. So this is
nah, it's
happening.
not that. Yeah, yeah. The thing is with that though,
This
Patrick,
is
is
what I
that the
was
way
told by
the way,
somebody
yeah,
recently.
yeah,
That
yeah. Nah,
apparently this is,
yeah.
apparently this is I'm supposed to be happy. Apparently I'm
No,
supposed to be
no,
grateful.
No, no,
no,
no.
nah, man. These people who are saying that they're just being deluded by what they want to believe in, but they don't. I think deep down, I think they know that what people are saying. And if I'm honest, Patrick, I've got to say this. I've not said this in the test, to be fair, but I think Pep knows that the squad is nowhere near what he maybe say to the press, he maybe say to the people, he maybe say to the players. But I think deep down, if you're honest and you sat Pep down and you said to Pep, where do you rank this squad currently? I think if he was totally honest, I think he would say that the squad is nowhere near. And listen, this is nothing on Cherky, but
Yeah,
the fact you've got Ryan Cherky who come in, who I think will be a good player for us in the next like coming years, to be honest. But the fact we've got Cherky and like yeah, I go back to even like the Brighton game away where people were like, "Oh, amazing win away at Brighton," and I'm almost thinking, yeah, it's a good win. Don't get me wrong, but like, it's almost like I don't know. A few people have done it where they've gone.
oh, teams will struggle at Brentford, teams will struggle at Brighton. That's the problem though. Like you look at, I'm going to bring Arsenal into this for a minute. Arsenal aren't struggling against these teams; they're cruising past them. Me and Mateus spoke about this. They go into games, and I've said this to Mateus, and Mateus will be bored of hearing me say this. We've lost our fear factor, but we've lost it to a point where Mateus just said then, they mentioned the Leeds game, he's spot on. Leeds will come to our stadium on Saturday and they'll go on then, break us down. Break us down, show what you can do. And the biggest problem what we've now created, Patrick, and I said this to Mateus, if we're struggling to get a goal, we've just seen what's on our bench on Tuesday night. So if you're going to be relying on them players, yeah, it's dark. It's
Yeah, but
dark for me.
can I ask something, Elliot? Though, and I really want to like for me, right? And I think that's why I ended up like meeting Mateus and meeting most of the people. I'm pretty sure you've noticed if you can look at my panel, it's people
Yeah.
who majority of the people don't want on their panels, don't want to hear them on spaces because they can't control them or listen to them. It's just that I feel like there's certain people who I think will talk football and not talk will not talk the truth. So here, let's talk football, and I want you to be able to give me an honest answer. So we went and bought who? Who was it again? Oh, Mama Mush. What
Yeah.
was he before he came here? Wasn't he the top
He
goal
was
scorer
playing
at
along.
the
Yeah, he's playing
Bundesliga, right?
alongside. He was playing alongside Ekatike here, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
Ekatike
let's
was
say he was.
alongside.
Let's just assume that that's what he was.
Yeah.
And then we went to buy Cherky, who was the France golden boy. Next thing, the French manager saying, "Okay, I was letting him play the under 21s, but I
Yeah.
knew he was a golden boy." And all the French team apparently were asking the manager that, "Why are you wasting so much time?" That's what Mbappe was saying. That we were saying, "Why are you wasting so much time? This guy is a talent." Um,
Yeah.
what I'm trying to say is, I look at the football we play. Okay, let me forget to say that. Okay, Liverpool are ass chicks. I've just seen. I think Liverpool are gone. And you know what? I'm gonna tell this to people, and some people will not agree with me. I think that Jota thing is true. I think, look, people we might say don't make it as an excuse. I think it's true. I think sometimes those emotional things can hurt people. Because I heard what Robo said when Scotland saying, "I wish Jota was here." They look like their mentality is there. So, but also I know that Anis Slot. I think it was one of those things. Let's say like I'm a manager, I do management, I work in management, and somebody formed a team already. So things were going well, and things have just gone south a bit. And I think Slot doesn't know how to manage egos. All I'm trying to say is between Slot and Pep right now, I'm trying to say they don't have the worst players in the world. Am I wrong to say that? I think they don't have dusty players. I don't
No,
think they
no, I
have
don't. I don't.
dusty
Yeah,
players. So,
I'd say
so
what I
like
would
for
say.
instance,
Yeah,
yeah, like Pep
yeah.
Guardiola, I'm looking at these players and saying I low key think so and so would look good with this manager, but it's as if he's, as Mateus has said, I think Mateus has hit it on the nail. Yes, we know that some of these players were sitting there and say maybe they're not good enough, but are they not that good? I think Mateus said he wants to use players who can play tiki taka to play tiki taka. He knows these players can play transition football or they can play open play football, which he's done a few times. Where we smoked, you remember we smoked Newcastle at the Etihad last season by playing open football, and Newcastle had the muscle, midfield, but we outplayed them, and Newcastle went and held four. Remember that time when Nico Gonzalez was just let free, everybody was let free. So what
Yeah,
I'm trying
yeah,
to
yeah.
say is, do you think that these players are that ass chicks? Or Mama Mushi's ass chicks, Cherky is all of a sudden ass chicks. Tijani MVP, Tejan who's cooking at Netherlands, is all of a sudden it comes to City, his eyes chicks? Or do you just think like our manager is so stuck in his theory and he this thing where he says I want to play football this way, and as Matthias said, he's so pissed off when he sees that I've won a game because every time he's won a game, Matthias, you're right. Every time he's won a game playing open football, transition football, he says,
With with less possession,
yes,
he comes out and say we didn't play well.
yeah."
He
And then
does.
when we lose Elliot, and when we
Mm.
lose or draw with possession, he says, "I liked what we did."
Yeah. I think the problem is with Pep sometime is all right. Let's just look back this season. Um, there has been there has been one or two games where we played well for 60 to 70 minutes, but most of the games we only playing well for 45 minutes. Uh, Burnley at home, we only played during the second half, really. First half was a shit show.
Brighton
Let's face
first half. Brighton were first half bad work, Matthias. The Brighton game
Yeah,
away was
yeah.
first half good, second half was
We
dreadful.
were leading.
Yeah,
We were leading
yeah.
against Brighton, weren't
Brentford
we?
as well.
I think we were leading comfortably.
Yeah,
me.
yeah, it was the second
Yeah,
half.
yeah,
It was second half when it collapsed. And
Yeah.
to be fair, Brighton deserved to win. I
Yeah.
thought. in that game.
And that's what the reason why is like sometimes we only play well in the first half. And if you look at if you look at the games, yeah, when it comes down to 60, 70 odd minutes, the team is knackered. It's because they're running too much. It's like the way we pressing, it doesn't suit them. But the problem is we are recruiting players. We've been recruiting players for the past 2 summer that doesn't suit the way the manager wants to play. He wants to adapt to how football is being playing these days by buying the sort of players, but he doesn't want to adapt his philosophy. And the reason is right, by playing transitional football, you're going to have less of the ball. Yeah. It's like you're happy to give the ball away to the opposition, but as soon as you win the ball back, is 1, 2, 3 passes, put Haaland through. That's why you look at Haaland, most of the goals Haaland's been scoring is one-on-one with the
Counter-attack,
keeper.
Second goal.
Do you know what I mean? It's one-on-one with the
Mm.
keeper. But
I don't think. Sorry, Mrs. Bro, but
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think he's. I still stand by what I've just said 10 minutes ago. I think, and I know what Patrick's saying, but I seriously think he knows the squad isn't good enough. And
no,
I think
it's
I think he's tried gaslighting himself into believing that it is good enough, and then he's gaslighting everybody else into thinking it's good
Yeah.
enough. And the problem is we've all got eyes. You know what I mean? People
Yeah,
might say
but
what they want about football
Elliot,
fans, but
if he knows the squad is not good enough, then that's on him because
correct.
you,
He said, yeah,
you
yeah.
cannot go 2 seasons or 2 summers. Yeah, you've seen Rico Lewis is not good enough last season.
And
There
give him a
was
contract.
£30 million offer from Forest.
Could have got 100
45.
million for him and
It went
Savino.
to
Go
45.
and sell him.
It went to Matthias. It went to 45. The last bid was 45
Yeah,
pounds.
go and sell him.
Pound.
Yeah,
Could have got 100 million from him and Savino.
Savio. Yeah, if you felt like Savio's not good enough and there is a bid on the table, doesn't matter whether it's 60 or 70 odd million, sell him. Yeah.
Correct.
What does it allow you is get 2 players out that you think they're not good enough, right? And say, right, there's 100 million on the table. Ask for another 30 or 40 million from Caldun or whatnot, right? Let's buy a couple of players that are actually good enough and will make a difference to the squad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he gave Bob Rico Lewis a new deal in the summer, and he gave Savio a new deal. These players are not good enough. Why are they getting new contracts, bro?
The biggest problem with that is as well, Matthias, is when you work it out. I said this to you last night, didn't I? That's 100 million. That's 100 million 3 years ago that we refused to pay to Newcastle for Bruno Gomez's release clause because it was too much money. I know it was under a different recruitment, which was that were cheeky at the time. Obviously, this is now Viana, but the point still stands. I always say you get what you pay for. You look at the Mahrez signing. Mahrez coming. He took the fucking. People say what they want about Mahrez, but I said this to you plenty of times, Matthias. And people maybe disagree with me. People maybe laugh at me.
In this team, bro.
Exactly,
Yeah,
man.
but,
It's 34.
Elliot, you know what Riyad Mahrez did? You know what I realized the other day, and I even said in the group. I don't know if Matthias you wrote it. So in the group, I wrote Elliot. I was like, do you know what Mahrez did? Mahrez came to City, right? And then Pep Guardiola wanted to pepify him. But people like Mahrez, KDB, and them, you can't pepify them because they don't give 2 fucks. Do you know what Mahrez did? He said, "Give me the fucking ball. I will
They're
score.
match
Give me the ball."
winners.
Do you remember what he did, Elliot, to Mahrez? After he scored, he used to score 3 goals. I bench him.
Bro,
But
they are
Mahrez became
winners.
too good. Where Pep was like, you know what? I can't really sit
Bro,
with that.
they're match
Yeah, spot on.
winners. Mahrez is a match winner. KDB is a match. These
But these
players
guys don't have the balls.
bro.
They don't have the balls. Tijani doesn't have the balls to go against Pep.
Yeah, KDB is telling Pep to shut up in the touchline.
Yeah.
Reinders is not going to do that.
Savinho is not doing that.
Holding's not gonna do that.
Patrick, I said this to Mateus a few times. I said it to a few people. Go and look at the treble season, the Champions League bench when we played against Inter Milan.
Brother,
Go and look at the
Alvarez.
bench. Laporte,
Alvarez is a match winner, bro. He won the
Foden,
World.
Palmer. Yeah, that's what I can't. I think the biggest problem we've had is, and it's gone very unnoticed. I think we've let go of players, and I'm all right with that if you're going to let go of players, but replace them.
Replace them.
Replace them. Do not replace them. You can't get rid of Palmer and then go, actually, we're going to put everything on Sudoku, which I think's a bit unfair on Doku, if I'm honest. We're going to put everything on Sudoku. You're going to be his main winger. We're going to get rid of Mahrez. Mahrez left because he didn't a game time, whatever. That is what it is. Alvarez left because he didn't want to play.
Just replace them. The quality needs to be the same. You can't get rid of a player with that level of quality and replace with a player with this level.
100%.
Drop off.
Wait. So let's say this. So, a Mamouche is replacing Alvarez. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, the quality is not even the same, bro.
Well, I don't know, Patrick, because Mamouche played off the left last season, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alvarez
so
is
it's like if anything, I'd say. Yeah.
I have no. You know what? The thing is, I have no answer, because the other thing I'm thinking is, but we did go and buy an MVP in Tijani. Who else is out there better than Tijani right now? I don't think so. Unless you're talking about Vitinha and them, man. But come on, Vitinha was at Wolves and there was. But
Patrick,
you know what I'm trying to say earlier than Mateus?
Yeah.
Tijani, I think is a player, but why are you playing Tijani as a 6?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. But Patrick, you go through it. You go through it very quickly. So Prime Walker or current Nunes. This is no slag on any play, by the way. Which one?
And Nunes is a midfielder, and I think he would be a great number 8 for this team because he's got the legs. That's my feeling anyway. Keep going.
And then you go and then you go to left back. You got Cancelo versus O'Reilly or Nora. You having Prime Cancelo for me. That's my honest opinion. Rodri, obviously, Rodri still stands. He's obviously not the same player, but he's still Rodri. You've got Kevin De Bruyne or Foden. Well, Kevin De Bruyne. You got obviously then you go David Silva or who played or Rico Lewis the last night, for example.
Just say Tijani.
Yeah, Reinders. You're having David Silva, Sterling or Doku or Sané, whichever one you want to pick out of them. Which one are you having over who? Then you've got Mahrez on the right. Which one are you having out of Mahrez?
The biggest upgrades you can say is the keeper and the striker.
I agree.
Yeah,
I'd agree.
yeah.
I'd agree with that. I'd agree with that, man. It's it's not good,
listen,
man. Like I said, me say.
There has been bad decision being made from top to bottom at this football club because they have neglected to get right in certain positions to a point where it might take another summer to get this sorted and I don't think the fans are going to be patient to wait another season of a shit show. To be honest,
the problem is Patrick's mentioned it, and it's something what people don't want to speak about.
Yeah.
If the Liverpool situation looks like it's going to come to an end very very soon with what it's saying on like X and other platforms, they're then going to get a new manager. I personally think they will try and force them for Klopp to come back. If they get a bounce with a new manager, they're going to pass us, man. Without it's going currently, they're going to end up passing us because the problem what we're going to have is we're concentrated on Arsenal and these other men at the top. Like you said earlier on, man, you're into fixtures now, and let's be honest, are Leeds really thinking?
We're gonna
really sat there thinking.
I know 100%. We're gonna lose against Crystal Palace at Crystal Palace ground.
Bro, this is it, Patrick. This is it.
The problem is we have a big problem in terms of selling players. Like there is a list of 10 players that they need to go, but when you look at last summer, Akanji we couldn't sell him, so we sent him out on loan with an option. Kyle Walker, we needed to send him on loan first, then re-up his contract. Gundo had a year left, so we couldn't get him money for him, so we had to re-up his contract. And the whole Edison was a saga that lasts like 3 months. We took 3 months just to sell a goalkeeper.
Yeah, didn't want to be here.
And do you remember what's funny? We got bigger bids last year and rejected them, and now got less money.
And now, yeah, we have 10 players that we need to get rid of in the
Four
next two
keepers.
windows.
Don't forget we have Ortega. 4 keepers.
Yeah, no, that's exactly the 10 players that we need to get rid of in the next two windows. And I don't see them being sold
Why would they leave,
within the
Mateus?
within the
Why would they
next.
leave? You wouldn't leave.
Yeah,
I wouldn't leave.
if
Patrick
they are
wouldn't leave.
massive
But none of us
contracts.
would leave.
Kovacic,
Yeah.
Savio, Bob, Lewis, Stones, Ake, Bernardo Silva, Calvin Phillips, Ortega, and I'll include 8 Nordic because I don't think it's good enough, but that's a different conversation. He's a new sign, so we won't sell him. So John Stones is in the last year of this contract and and Bernardo Silva, but Ake's still got a year left. Ortega, he got offered a new deal at the back end of last season. Kovacic got a year left. Or 2 years.
Can I ask, why did they offer Ortega that contract if they knew they were
Rico
going to
Lewis got a new deal. Savio got a new deal. What are we doing?
Yeah, but Mateus, why did they offer Ortega that contract if they knew they're going to dump him?
Well,
Pep
that's
knew
the
he was not
question.
going to use
That's the
him
question
anymore.
for them to answer, and I've got no bloody clue.
What was the okay? Why were you given this? Why did you just?
Because when Edison was rumored to go, that was in the summer after the 4 in a row when the Saudi came. So Ortega thought, like, okay, if this guy if Edison goes, I'll be the number 1. So the club also thought the same. That's why he got given a new deal. But now we are in a situation where we got 4 goalkeepers. And our backup goalkeeper is looking like he needs to go. He wants to go because he's not getting any game time. We've got our backup from our backup in the
Who's injured?
Ortega.
Who's injured?
He's got 3 years left.
One is injured. One is always injured. I don't know. I don't know.
Bro.
And well, Pepper said it's gonna be a special season. That's what he said.
Bro, listen.
Biggest
It's
issue is. Go on, Mateus,
yeah,
man.
go on.
No, I was just going to say the biggest thing what needs to ask yourself, and don't answer this with us Man City tinted glasses on, as Man City hat, as Man City shirt. Who would you rather be taking over as a manager, as a club at the minute? Liverpool with the current squad, or say? That's a. Do you know what I mean? That's the question. What? Because I'll be honest, I've thought about it and I thought I probably would rather take a Liverpool squad. I mean,
Do you know
totally honest.
do you know the Liverpool squad? The bench is not that bad, to be honest.
No, yeah, and that's what I mean, Patrick. And I think there's also
He's not a bad baller. You know, case is just the fact that he had arguments at Juventus. Like they were offering him a contract. Apparently, he was delaying, then Juventus gave him the finger. Say okay. So there you go. But thinking about it,
I think if they get a new manager, they'll become a problem.
Yeah,
brother,
agree.
brother. They have got Isaac, Egetike, Verts. They've got Kekes. Even Kekes.
Yeah, Frimpong to come back as well. Yeah,
man. If they get a new manager that can set up this team properly,
and the DM, they need a DM though. They need a pure DM. Yeah.
They'll get players in January because they've got.
Yeah. Gay as well, isn't it? They're on about
they get a new manager.
They want Semenyo.
They get a new manager now. Set up this team properly. Start getting results. Just getting results up until January. They'll get two more players in, a defender and DM. They'll become a problem, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Can I ask a question? Matthias, let me ask you this though.
If we don't start acting up right now, and if we don't win any major trophies this season, going to next season, then we're gonna have more problems.
Yeah, can I ask you a question though, and I want Elliot, both of you, to answer. If you gave this team, our current team and our current squad, to the Bournemouth manager, do you think he would struggle?
That's a very good question.
If I'm saying okay, let me not say Bournemouth manager. Okay, Elliot and Matthias, if we today gave this team
to Glasner.
Okay, no. Let's say we gave it to Enrique. from PSG, gave him this squad, is he going to struggle?
Would he win the treble with this squad what we've currently got?
No. He struggle with this squad if you give it to him?
Yeah, I believe so.
I think he
Yeah,
wouldn't.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I
With
don't think
his
he
Enrique
does.
style football, yeah. But if we give it to Glasner, he gets the tune out this team.
What about the Bournemouth manager?
I
Because
don't rate
he
him.
because you know why I like the Bournemouth manager Elliot and Matthias, the fact that they sold his whole back line and he's still cooking. The guy is still cooking. They sold his
Yeah,
whole
yeah,
back line. They sold his whole team. I don't know, man. I feel like Guardiola is throwing us. I think this is him saying, "I have won you guys so much.
yeah,
Let me taste your patience." I don't know why I'm laughing.
yeah.
I
But
can't just.
listen, there has to be serious pressure on Pep. I'm sorry, but there has to, because if without pressure, he's gonna become way too relaxed, and he's just gonna making the same mistakes. Do you know what I mean?
Do some of these City fans? Do some of the City fans who before we big up to everybody and big up to all the guys who joined, but do some of the City fans know that sometimes a guy who can be a hero can become a villain and can become the guy who destroys you? Does that make sense to you, Elliot? The guy who's the hero, the guy who carried you, the guy who built you,
Mm.
can actually overstay and be the guy who destroys
The
you
biggest,
guys.
the biggest problem, which we haven't said as well, to be honest, is you know when I hear, and I've heard, you know, I'm on about Mercedes when I said this, I've heard people say, well, it's very unrealistic to win 26 out of 26 games. Well, that's now what we've now created for ourselves by us being in this position, doing what we've done. Like for example, I'll give you an example. So the Bernabeu now becomes much more of a win than what it needed to be.
We're not
Do
gonna
you,
win there.
do you know that we might end up losing to a shit Madrid? Because I know
Well,
City.
well,
This is
this
what
is
No, no,
it.
City
This
does.
is
we're
it.
not winning. We're not winning,
This is
Patrick.
it. This is it, isn't it? And then someone said to me, I'll mention his name, Alan. I was speaking to Sir Alan the other day. We were having a good chat, and he said to me, he says, the last thing you want to be doing is leaving yourself wide open to be going to like the Antarctica to fucking get a result on a plastic pitch.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's what we're going to
I
do.
was
That's what
speaking
we're
to
going to
Alan,
do.
we were on the stream on Hamza,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
he was saying the same,
yeah.
brother.
Yeah, you're leaving
He
yourself wide
had,
open, innit?
yeah, what he done yesterday. We add unnecessary pressure to
Yeah,
this good player
yeah.
coming back from a defeat and away to Newcastle. So now, yeah, we've
Yeah.
got three games left, two away. Them two away games are gonna be like a final because Galatasaray can just turn up to our stadium and decide, right, you're not going to score. We're just sitting back. And if you
That
draw
ain't an
that
easy
game,
game, Matthias. That ain't an easy game, by the way.
brother,
That is not an easy game, especially the
bro,
game, especially the Bordeaux. Is it Bordeaux Glimpse away
about
where
the Clint, yeah,
plastic,
he's away.
plastic pitch and that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think he fucked up yesterday. I think yesterday he could have played a strong team.
massively.
He could have got the fans behind him. He could have got a bit of confidence. And then after secures a certain number, go to Madrid then and play a useless team. I don't care if
We could
Madrid
be playing
slap
till
us.
now, Patrick. Bro, we could be playing till now, Patrick, and you and I both know, and Matthias knows. We could be playing till now when we still wouldn't have scored.
No,
We was not scoring yesterday, and that's what I mean. It says it all, Matthias, and obviously you were there yourself, mate, so you know this. But it says it all when fans are like on the phones messaging other people.
bro,
They like the wrong
literally,
games. They like the
bro,
wrong games and that. And
Elliot, every time we were with the ball, that ball was playing backwards, fans were like, oh,
yeah, yeah. Could hear it.
do you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
I'm
could hear
like,
it, man. All around the
brother,
stadium.
man, what are we doing here?
Well,
Like,
the
bro,
booze are
bro,
opening people's eyes,
it
isn't it,
was
Matthias?
Bro, it was freezing cold last night,
Did you know
brother.
that? Did you know that, Patrick? By the way, did you know that or not?
About what?
That there was booze at the end of the game.
Yeah, yeah, they booed at
Yeah,
the end.
yeah. I heard that
Yeah,
they
yeah,
were booed,
yeah.
and
That's what I mean, man.
I think one of the generals asked Pep that were those booed to you. I think he just made an excuse out of it.
Yeah, because it's the same issue at Liverpool at the minute. They're saying obviously Anfield, like it's very rare you get Liverpool fans walking out 82nd minute like booing and that. And I'm not saying we're getting to the Liverpool point because we're not that bad at the I would say at the minute, but I fear I know what Matej's saying about Leeds on Saturday. I agree with that. I think the
It's
Leeds
gonna be
thing,
hard.
yeah,
That's a
yeah.
hard game, bro.
Well, why would
Do
you
you,
not just sit
do you
back,
know?
Mateus?
Let me tell you something. This current Chelsea team can slap us, even with the injuries.
Mm,
This current Chelsea team can slap us.
yeah, yeah. Well, Palmer's back as well, and apparently that's what they're saying. So
I don't know, man. And the thing is, player for player, I think we're better. Am I being delusional? I think if I put my starting 11 against all these teams, we have the best striker in the world. Are we lying? We do. We have the best
Yeah.
striker in the world. And then when I look at my keeper, I think my keeper is look Donnarumma. Yes, there's mistakes there, but Donnarumma has saved our asses sometimes. Like
One
I
of
was like, I said Edison is not saving that. I said most of the games I was like Edison is not saving
Bro,
that.
without Donnarumma against Newcastle, we could have been 5.
I
yeah,
know.
yeah,
And then
yeah.
look, Ruben Diaz. I've been talking shit about him, but this season he stepped up. Josko looks great. I would take Josko over most centre backs. I'll take Ruben Diaz more centre backs. Nico Gonzalez is actually looking better than most DMs. I'm sorry, there's only a few DMs that are above Nico Gonzalez if you look at it properly. But
They are,
the thing is,
yeah.
do you know what the funny thing is? Every time when I sit on the pitch, I actually compare my team and the other team. Our team actually is better if I compare player for player. But somehow we end up stinking. Like Villa was poor. I don't care about Villa being great. Villa was poor. They lost to a poor Liverpool, and
Bro,
Villa
we
were
are
poor.
shit.
But guess what? They made us look mediocre. Villa made us look mediocre. I don't know.
The problem is though. The problem is though,
Newcastle.
Patrick. The problem is I hear what you're saying, but I said this to Mateus. I think we've got 3 world class players in our team currently. I think I can name Arsenal's. I can name 4 world class players for Arsenal. I think currently at the minute,
Yeah,
and that's the difference. I think.
but hasn't that always been the thing where you always have got 3 to 2 world class players in a team? Even
No, but I
City,
think.
even
No,
Yeah,
City, some of the players we used to call them
we
that
only
they're
got
close to world class. We
goalkeeper,
said, yeah.
Rodri
yeah,
who's injured,
yeah.
and
Haaland,
Haaland.
Haaland.
That's it.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
The
Where's
rest of
Arsenal's
them,
got? Where's Arsenal got like Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Saka, Declan Rice.
bro. You look at Timber, yeah. Blood, yeah, I would love to have that player, bro.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, bro.
He was not going to be liked at City though because Pep doesn't like physical people like that.
Yeah,
Nah, bro.
you say, I'll be honest. This is, I'm going to taste this. Might be a bold statement, but I think I don't want to say this. It's going to kill me to say, but I think Arsenal. I would not be surprised if Arsenal go and win a
I
double
think
or
they will do
or a
it.
treble.
I think they will do the league, but the Champions League, yeah, it's
Well,
just if they get the full squad in the Champions League in the knockout stage, then they will do it.
let me
I
put a
Because
think
span in the works,
one thing Arsenal, one thing Arsenal,
I think even if they don't win the league,
no,
I think they'll see themselves as strong enough that nobody can threaten us in Europe.
yeah,
I think
because one
regardless, they
thing
don't
they've
care.
got, yeah, is corners. Every single
Yeah.
game they go into every single game, they always start with a corner. Score from a
Yeah.
corner, open up the game. Let's go and slap them.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
And even if the game is tight for them, yeah, they'll just let's get a couple of corners in.
Yeah.
We were gonna score.
Free
Why can't
kicks and that.
teams,
Free
yeah,
kicks and that.
why
opposition
can't we
teams, they
score? Why
know,
can't we score on corners? Why can't we?
brother.
Yeah. James French has been a good
Harry
appointment,
told me,
hasn't he? James French has been a good appointment, hasn't he? Jesus.
I don't know. I don't know what to say though. I don't
Bro,
know.
yeah. You watch yesterday, yeah. You watched yesterday, yeah. Every time the players was winning, like they were winning in the corner, it was either Savio, Marmoush or Cherky. Is it Cherky? Yeah, Cherky done it when he came on. They were going to the corner flag and waves and
Yeah,
waves. And I'm
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
we don't score from
The
corners. Just
audacity.
need to go back to the goalkeepers to hurry up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And like, brother.
The thing on Arsenal, quickly, the thing on Arsenal, not to speak on too much, but the thing on it, what I would say is, I know what you're saying, but let me put a twist to this. What I'm going to say. What if Arsenal get the league wrapped up early doors, and then they're still in the Champions League?
Yeah, they will go.
This is it. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. And you look at it, they've got they play Timber. They could put Ben White at right back, not a decent replacement. They've got Nkape. Who's the geezer who they bought?
Noni is back and he's
Yeah. The
Noni-
other centre. What's the other centre half called who played tonight? The big fella.
Mosquera.
The big fella. Yeah, Mosquera. Yeah, and they've obviously got Skelly and Calafiore, whichever one they're going to play.
Came on and put a decent cross, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Fucking hell!"
And even
Yeah,
do you know what what's another thing? If one of these guys Rice can go down, I'm sorry, people, whether they like it or not, even no guard can be. Is it no guard? Whatever they
Yeah,
got,
no
can
God,
actually
yeah,
be,
from
he can
Brentford,
just
yeah.
be decent. He just has a decent level, even at his age.
Yeah,
He
but
just
the
be
problem
decent.
is
Well, they
they've
could play
got
Odegaard in the
they've got a unit.
Patrick. They could
So
play Odegaard in the and then play Eze
if
in
Rice
front.
goes down, yeah, they might reduce it will reduce their goals from corners because Rice every single corner that Rice
Yeah,
takes
bang
is
on the money, innit? Bang on the money.
point, bro. He's bang on point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Iman Saka, to be fair, Matthias. Iman Saka, to be fair,
Yeah,
man.
but Rice is just unreal, man.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is they play as a unit, bro. Yeah. When they don't have the ball, they're aggressive. They play as a unit. We right now, we just blood. I don't even know what we are, to be
What
honest.
can I ask? Can I ask something? So it is coaching, right?
Yeah,
It is
yeah, of
coaching.
course. There's an element of coaching, bro.
I
You
don't know.
gotta coach this team, bro. Do you know what I mean?
And I think
Like,
the team is coachable. I think things can be twisted and these players can start looking great. That's just me. Maybe I'm delusional, but I
Do you
don't
know?
know.
Do you know what I think as well, though, lads? And I thought this too after the game.
Mm.
I think I've said this mistake either, but I think now, I think tonight, tomorrow, Friday, I think it'll be very. I think that'll be 3 very sleepless nights for Pep because he knows that now with what he did on Tuesday, he has to get a result. A bit like, remember the Liverpool thing, what they did with Palace in the Carabao Cup when they arrested all the players. That was then when I think they then did. I believe they went and then won on the Saturday or the Sunday. So it sort of took a little bit of pressure ish off him, off Slot when he did that.
Who's going to allow a defeat against Leeds at the Etihad?
Well,
This is
it.
I think it's
This
gonna.
is
I
it.
think it's gonna get toxic. I think it's
No.
gonna go bad. I have a feeling that if we lose to Leeds or draw to Leeds at the Etihad, I think it will go bad. I just have a feeling it will go bad. I think so. But anyway, guys, thank you very much, man. Well, big up to you, Elliot, and big up
Yeah,
to
cheers for having me on, man.
yeah.
Nice one.
Nah, you're always welcome, man. Everybody's always welcome. I always tell Matthias and all the guys that everyone is welcome. I don't know, man. For me, this manager. The thing is, Elliot, what has put my like today I'm calm, but yesterday my head was hot. He's laughing.
Oh, 100%.
Why are
Man.
you laughing?
Yeah.
Why are you laughing? Like,
100%.
nah.
and the funny thing is, yeah, this fan base has become such a cult to a point where they just happy to give comfortable lives to people. Like, it's okay, it's only
They're on
one
spin on
game.
it. Yeah, they're on spin on it.
Right.
Yeah.
See, that's the problem. Like, they're not seeing how much of they're not seeing like the holes in this team. They're not seeing like the football that we play. How can you sit there and say after watching Newcastle, after watching last night, yeah, forget about the players that were on the pitch. Look at the performance and look at the style of play and the football. There was no patterns of play. There was like nothing really, like nothing going through the middle. Everything just going on the sides. And then you sit there and say, right, okay, it's only one game. It's only November. Like, how? Like, do you know
Well,
what I
the
mean?
problem is, the biggest problem is though with these people as well, Matthias, is when they're saying like Mahrez, Sterling, Sané 10 years ago. But how can you have a conversation with these people anyway? Because if that's what they're saying, and it's nowhere near 10 years, it was Mahrez was what was that 3 years ago, 4 years ago when Mahrez left. Sterling, and like I said, the thing is, this is what does made. This is what does made. Yeah, this is what does made. And I've said this to you before, innit? But I can't deal with this. Oh, why do you always go back to the 100 points? Why do you always go back to the treble? Well, sorry, what do you
That's the
do you
standard.
what do you, do you know what I mean? What are you taking it off of then? 1999.
Well, your captain told us we need to. It's all about the standards. We need to raise our standards and whatnot. That's the captain.
He's also been
But
talking crap.
when the
He's
fan
also been
base
talking a lot
wants
of
to raise
crap.
the standards, they say that this is not good enough. Is a problem. Why?
Exactly. Do you know what I mean? It's
That's
like,
it.
what do you compare it to? This is what I mean. Like when people go, you can't compare. Hold on, why can you not compare? Why
There's
can
a
you not
que-
compare?
there's a question here, Elliot. It says, would you take Anderson from Forest?
At the minute in time, yeah, I would. I'd be more for Adam Wharton and Billy Brighton. One of them.
I think I
But
would take Adam Morton because I think
yeah,
Anderson can end up being another Phillips because I
Yeah, I
haven't
would
seen
take
much from
Watson.
him.
Yeah, I'll take
yeah.
Watson.
Yeah,
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 he
that's where I'm
scored.
at with it.
Yeah, but
That's
big
where
up
I'm
to
at
all
with
of
it.
you guys, man. I have to go to sleep, but
Yeah, nice one,
we're,
man.
we're gonna come
No,
back
safe,
again.
bro.
I'm saying this to guys.
Yeah.
We better not lose to Leeds United because I'm actually off. I'm actually off that day. I've been working these days, but I think I will. Oh my god, I think Pep Guardiola will find. I'll find a way to find Pep. I'll find through the internet. Pep will find my video because if we lose to Leeds or draw, I swear, no,
Bro.
nah.
Yeah,
And
I
can
think
I
not
ask a
even
question? Can I also ask
not
another
even
question?
lose it. Even the draw.
Okay, Elliot and Matthias, do you know what also what also got my head hot? Do you know what's getting my head hot? And I know I'm
Yeah.
not supposed to. Um, it's the fact that we lost to Newcastle, and then the club posted pictures of training, and this man were laughing. It's pissing me.
Bro, I've told
They,
you, it's good
they was
vibes on
they
training.
was they were
It's good vibe.
smiling. Edit, and there was a clip, and they were smiling, running after each other, hugging each other. I'm not trying to say they can't have fun, but they seem like they're not concerned. They don't care. They don't, they don't care. They're smiling and collecting 3K a week. I'm
Bro,
sorry.
I've told you, it's good vibes on training.
Don't post those
That's like
vibes.
Mike is
I think
telling
the
us.
club should
Good
read
vibes.
the room. Don't post those vibes. If you lose against Newcastle, don't post Philip Waterford and smiling. Don't, because I'm sorry. Nah,
On to the
nah.
next, innit?
This question,
On to the
the
next.
biggest question, the biggest question is for everybody is what does it do with the team, considering the squad players that performance on Tuesday?
Do you think he was trying to
Sim-
prove something? That's saying that maybe you guys keep saying I have to play these guys and these guys are ass chicks. Is that what you're
I don't
trying
know,
to prove?
Patrick, but what? Just put yourself in like I don't know. Who can we say? Just put yourself in like Rander's position just for 2 minutes, yeah.
Mm.
So just say he doesn't start on Saturday and he's on the bench, and then he comes on. What? What must like he be thinking? Because surely, man, if you're getting like playing with like 10 new players, or like like 9 new players who you haven't played with yet, like also like maybe from his City starting career, and then he's like getting dropped because he wasn't playing with good enough players. Let's just say, then he's then being asked to come on and change the game and win the game. I mean. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather that be Pep saying that to players to go on and make a difference than me. Do
Do
you
you
know what
know?
I
Do you
mean?
know? Do you know what's funny though? Before we leave, uh, have you noticed that every potential number 8 seems to be not hyped by Pep? Every
Mm.
potential 8 seems to not, because first of all, O'Reilly can play the 8, and that's what we keep saying, that O'Reilly looks like he's physical enough to play the 8. Nunes can play the 8. Uh, Tijani can play the 8. It seems like this man is not rating 8s. Why is he avoiding 8s? Is it because Bernardo
No, it's
Silva is here?
because the physical attribute doesn't match to what he likes. His 80 needs to be small, skinny, technical.
Well, I tell you, to be fair, I'm say that's a bit of a myth though, because there's a certain geezer who's been wasted at Leverkusen who played it as an 8 for Argentina's young under 17s back in the day, and he come on in the FA Cup final, was the best player within 20 minutes. Then he put a decent performance in and a goal in the Club World Cup
Well,
in the summer, and then
yeah,
he got bombed out for people like Rico Lewis and Oscar Bob and Savino and all
Can I
the
ask
other
a
people.
question? What is Lewis doing here? And I know Echeverry's agent, but I think
Great
they did,
question,
because
great question,
I think they
Patrick.
told Echeverry. I think personally they told Echeverry that you're not going to get game time. But what is
Mental,
Rico Lewis doing here? You know what? I'd rather
mental.
Echeverry be the one in Rico Lewis's shoes than and Rico be
Spot
at
on.
Leverkusen.
Spot
I
on.
don't get. I just
his
don't get.
Spot on,
academy.
man.
Rico Lewis'
Spot
academy.
on.
Can I ask a question? Why was Maximo Peroni just shipped out after he had a great preseason? This other preseason. Why was Peroni shipped out?
Listen,
What about
And
the Palmer one, by the way? What about the Palmer one? The
now he's
Community
captain at
Shield Super
Comos.
Cup.
Now he's captain, like a vice captain at Comos now. Peroni.
see this comment. Nunes is not good enough on the ball. Reinders can't defend. See, that's the problem. See, you're talking about Nunes, a guy who literally breaks off press by carrying the ball from defense to attack on a consistently basis, but he's not good on the ball. Make it make sense.
Is Nunes a ball carrier? Are we losing here? What's going on? I thought he's a ball
See,
carrier. I know Nunes
this
is a ball
fan
carrier.
base is brainwashed, yeah, by what's fashionable on social media. And they just use right, okay, yeah, let's say this, let's say this. Doesn't really make any sense.
Mm.
How is Nunes not good on the ball?
To be fair, Nunes has been one of his best players of this season. I think personally.
Yeah, even last season when he
Him,
was playing
Donnarumma,
on the wing.
I said Diaz, I said O'Reilly, Nico
Do you know
G,
what? Do you know what's funny,
Haaland.
Elliot? I
Then
think
I've
you were not
struggled.
here earlier on, but we just realized that both
Well,
midfielders, both
don't complain
midfielders.
when he makes bozos.
Wait, wait,
Then
wait, 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 wait,
Bernardo
wait, wait,
Silva
wait. Matthias,
gives the
let me
ball
let me
away
let me let me
constantly
let me
against
let me, let me, let me
Aston
drop
Villa.
this, Matthias, because I
Right.
think Elliot was not
What
here.
are we
Elliot,
doing here?
Elliot, before Matthias answers that, is we just realized that the two physical, strong midfielders who can actually play next to Nico Gonzalez are the
Hmm.
ones that are being left as fullbacks. So I'm
Josko
telling you,
Vardios
if
has a
if
lot of bozo moments. Are you saying he's not good enough?
no, he's got a good beard, so he's
You know what I mean? What are we
he's got a
doing
good.
here?
Is it so,
Josko
Matthias?
Vardios has bozo moment every time the cross comes in. He can't fucking defend any cross.
Isn't it Phil Waterford who, when we were winning against Arsenal last season, even though we were shit, he gave the ball away to Partey and Partey scored a banger.
Exactly. Foden
Yeah.
gave the ball away to Thomas Partey last season against Arsenal. What what does he say about him then?
Why don't people complain about Mamushi's first touch? Every time he catches the ball, he gives it away.
See, this week where the
Okay.
fan is
Why don't people complain about Savio who hoofed the ball the other day, like what against Newcastle with his volley, and then he fell down yesterday while doing a counter attack? Why can't you
Savio has
complain
one
about?
shot on
You know the thing
target.
is that though, Patrick. That's the thing. Sorry, mate. Sorry, mate. But the thing
Yeah,
is with that man is when people you say, so who can you buy? You go, Lee say, he's going to 130 million. Is that your money?
exactly.
Is that your money? Oh,
Yeah,
Adam Wharton, he's going to be over 100 million now because he's proven it for
yeah.
for Palace.
See,
And go and sign him.
brother, this is the same people, yeah. Every time I mention Bernardo Silva 300k a week contract, they
Yeah,
say,
yeah.
"Oh,
They don't want to hear it.
your
Yeah,
money." But
yeah.
when you mention them to that player and they say, "Oh, it's going to cost 100 million," what, and you tell them, "Oh, well, that's not your money, is it? That's not our
The
money."
thing is,
Yeah,
there were certain people laughing away. People like Luis Diaz I remember. I think it was two seasons ago. People
you
laughing away
wanted to
Luis Diaz,
exchange, yeah, the
and
exchange, yeah.
yeah, and I remember sitting in spaces and on other platforms and saying, yeah, laugh all you want, but what you compare? Well, he's not good as Mo Salah's numbers. What he were putting in, well, to be fair, up to last season, wasn't normal for a winger. His
Yeah,
numbers, what Mo Salah putting in, were ridiculous.
it
So you
was
can't compare him
ridiculous.
to Mo Salah. It's like Chelsea comparing Pedro Neto to Eden Hazard. Like us comparing KDB to Gianni Reinders. Like what we're doing here? We've at least got to be at least realistic with it. Do you know what I mean? Like, no, we're not sat here going, "Oh, I'll tell you what, like Reinders hasn't done it. Like, let's get rid of him." No, we're saying the players who we buy round Reinders need to be better, and that's what I think these people don't get in their head. When you've got Savino, I said this to Mateus, didn't I, Mateus? When you've got Oscar Bow on the right and you've got Savino on the left, and you've got Mamouche through the middle, who haven't never played together, and you're then behind them players. What what must you be thinking, man? You imagine me and Reinders yesterday and looking at that team who we was playing with.
Yeah, you have
You had
me
Reed Cullis next
playing
to
with
you.
bloody
It's all right,
Savio.
sorry, you got Reed
What?
Cullis next to you, Mateus. How would you
Do you
feel
know what I
about
mean?
that? How would you feel about that, Mateus? If Pep Guardiola turned to you and said, "Yeah, he was going to play Nico G
Yeah,
in a six, who's knackered because he's played all these games and we're just flogging him, bit like Rodri, funny
yeah.
enough."
Because
And then,
right now people are judging Marmoush, yeah,
yeah,
about because of his performance last night, but he was playing around Rico Lewis, Bob, and Savio. Oh, so he's not good enough, so he's not going to go into the starting 11 against Leeds, where you can play him alongside Haaland, Doku, yeah, proper players. Do you know what I mean? Nunes uh, and O'Reilly. Do you know what I mean? What? So that's the mentality we're having. Yeah, we're now judging Omar Mamouche based on that performance yesterday to say that he should not start against Leeds because he was poor when he was playing around Bob, Savio, and Rico Lewis.
What did I say about Bob though? Remember what I told people about Bob about the
I,
body shimmies?
I told
Elliot,
Elliot
Elliot,
his
I want,
savings.
I want people, I
Elliot
want
say
people,
he
I
rates
want
Bob.
people when they were overhyping Bob. I was like,
Uh,
be careful with the body shimmies and the thing. I was like, they will be exposed when he's given a platform fully to do because he just had moments of magic. I was like, be careful with this kid. People are saying he's generational. He's the next best thing. Does Bob have a better ceiling than Foden? Look, I get it. Foden sometimes we throw stick at him, and rightly so, he deserves it sometimes. Because sometimes I don't know where his head is. I think it's in fishing or something. But the Bob hype was a bit too much. And do you know what's funny? Elliot, this is what I was trying to say. Me and Matthias, even and Carl, we just debunked that the best midfielders who are physical, Pep always
Mm.
throw them as fullbacks. The
Yeah.
best midfield we can have to actually fight Newcastle is actually having Nunes, O'Reilly, and Nico Gonzalez physical midfield. Guess what? He takes the physical midfielders, he puts them as fullbacks. He takes the small weak ones and make them into his midfielders. Make it
Yeah.
make sense. So
Yeah.
basically, he
Well,
never
this is what I was
wants
saying
to
earlier
play.
on. Yeah. This is what I was saying earlier on, Patrick. This is what I was saying earlier on. And people go, you know what people go? They go, let's look at Pep's first transfer window. He signed Ilkay Gundogan. Right, stop at that name. Just stop at that name and just leave it there. That's enough spoken. Ilkay Gundogan. You said one name. You don't need to go through any more. You don't need to go through John Stones, who proven to be a good signing. You don't need to go through Nathan Ake, being a good signing. You need to go through KD. Obviously, KDB, obviously,
It was
before
Sane.
Pep sort of thing. Sané, Sterling, Walker.
Milito.
Walker. You don't need to go for any more of these signings. Just leave it at Gundogan because that's enough spoken for me. And then when people then go, "What? How do you mean? How do you mean?" Well, what I mean is, it was a quality player. Whether he was world class or not, I'm not saying it was, but it was a quality player at Borussia Dortmund. You're signing a quality player.
Yeah,
Mahrez.
he
Oh,
won the
we're signing
league and
Mahrez.
playing
We're signing
Champions
Mahrez.
League final.
Mahrez basically, with Kante and Vardy and other men, fucking carried Leicester to win the league.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I'll
but
tell you
anyway,
what, you know what I mean?
but anyway, big up to you guys. I have to end it here because I have work in the morning. We'll continue this again because
Yes.
we have another show tomorrow and we have another show on Friday. But big up to everybody.
Yeah, nice one, man.
And the
Yeah. Nice one.
guys who are still hyping uh this system, continue hyping. Do you know what you're gonna realize? Let me just leave this to you guys. The more you're going to be laughing, saying, "Oh, this Liverpool or this Arsenal team are bozos," they're gonna uh, drop it. You'll find we are 20 points behind, and it's December. That's when you're gonna realize that this shit is serious because we are not just good enough. We can't win a trophy if we go to any decent away side. All we do is drop points or lose. I'm sorry, we can't. So anyway, big up to all of you guys.